Hello! Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope it's going well. Happy Sunday. Been a while, huh? I think, 3 weeks ago today. I don't know, I just voice cracked. I think 3 weeks ago today was my last stream before I went on all my trips and stuff. So, I'm back. Yay! Just a chill return stream. Gonna put together my usual slideshow, my amazing PowerPoint presentation of all the pictures I took at the convention, the merch I got, the Hololive concert, of course, which I also went to. So pretty much just gonna be hanging out, chatting, showing off the stuff I got. Should be a good time. Hello Noel, hello Celestia, hello Kevin, hello any lurkers, welcome. Didn't know I had a gift membership? Yeah, I don't know when that happened. I don't remember if there was like a gifted thing that went off in the Helldiver stream or if it just came through some other time. Regardless, congrats on the gifted. Missed your happy birthday or happy belated birthday. Thank you. Yes, for those who don't know, my birthday was 8 days ago. A week ago yesterday. Now I'm 29. I'm gonna be 30 next year. Can you believe that? Crazy. I'm a damn old man. Haven't seen you since the Cashew Cup. Have you been? I've been good. I know, long time. It's been a whole, like, 8 minutes since I last saw you. I'm feeling pretty good coming off that win. Well, tie for win. Zariah, my win buddy there. But congrats to you, Noel, for 3rd place. That was a good showing. You had some good placements, and your bonus points were... I was telling Cashew before the stream actually started. Because I was, like, glancing through some of the Umas and stuff, and I was like, I think Noel is going to get a ton of bonus points. And sure enough, you killed everybody when it came to that. Also, hello Armando, if I didn't say it. Welcome. Hope you've been well. Hope you've all been enjoying everybody else's streams while I'm gone. But yeah, so trying to get back into the swing of things now. Hoping to be on my typical 3 to 4 stream a week schedule starting this coming week. Finalizing my plans for it. We got a bunch of new games I want to play coming out in September and October, so that's exciting. But today, gonna be chill. Just catch up, go through my little slideshow. I got pictures from the convention, I got pictures from the Hololive concerts, and then I got all my merch. So plenty of stuff that we can go over and talk about. I didn't realize how pixelated these pictures are that I used for the title slide are too. Until I had it full screen on my computer. I was like, holy crap, these things are like, they look like they're 480p or something. I mean, it probably doesn't look as bad if it's not full screen for you or something, but, or if you're on your phone, it will look fine. But on my monitor, which is a 1440, like, these things look super pixelated. What can you do? Anyway, let's jump in. Let's do a little recap of, oh yeah, obviously after the convention and concerts, I was gone for a while too. I flew off to the West Coast, my first time over there. I got to see some of my college buddies who I haven't seen in a while. Went to Vegas for the first time. That was fun. So I've been all over the place. Past few days, I've pretty much just been trying to readjust to East Coast time and being a slug. And obviously making the slideshow. Had to take advantage of the bonus points. Had to make some right after the races were announced. But only slept for a bit. Oof. Oh yeah, I saw your message in the chat at the end of Cashew's where you're like, I'm gonna go to bed now. So, obviously, if you're tired, don't feel like you gotta stay for the stream. Totally understand if you want to take a nap or go to sleep or something. Was it hard to get back to work? I've only worked 1 day since I came back. It was just Friday. But starting tomorrow, I'm back in the office. So that's going to be a bit of an adjustment after not working for a little over 2 weeks. but that's vacations for you. I still have a decent amount of PTO I need to use, actually. Because I don't really take PTO. Like, I try and save it in case I get sick or like, oh, this big trip I took off like 12 days or something. I was like, it's nice to have the PTO for it. But then I just end up waiting and waiting for something like this. So come like October, November, December, I have like 10, 15 days I need to use. So I just start taking off every Friday or something, which is nice. I'm not complaining. 4-day work weeks. Yes, I didn't see you at a waiting room. I did indeed. I wasn't going to advertise it in your chat, obviously. But yeah, just my typical, my recap of the convention and the merch and the Hololive concerts and whatnot. And hello, Cashew, of the Zero Idol Project and the host of the Cashew Cup circuit. Vegas, been to Vegas too. Didn't like the smell in some areas, but otherwise it was fun. Luckily, I didn't notice much of a smell. I know there's a lot of stuff in Vegas, though, and a lot of different casinos and stuff. I only walked through, like, 5 or 6 of the big ones, and I mostly stuck to 2 of them. I did some gambling, pretty much all blackjack. Actually, yeah, all blackjack. Had some drinks at some bars. Went into one club. I don't really do clubbing, but I was with my cousins who wanted to check it out. I was like, you know, I'm in Vegas. It's my first time here. I might as well see what it's like. But yeah, I mean, it was killer heat, though. It was like 100 degrees and sunny. So that was kind of rough. I was going to ask, but didn't want to put you on the spot. All good. All good. You know, Leo picked up some ladies. Oh, only about 18. I was very active for the 2 days I was there. This is probably deja vu if any of you watched my previous recap from my convention last year, but I did the exact same thing to start my trip to New York. There's a place that has some good like bar food and drinks and stuff, and they do mixtape bingo. So they just play a bunch of songs and they hand out bingo sheets and you try and make bingo, and if you win, you get like a gift card or a free appetizer or a free round of shots or, you know, something like that. So I came really close to winning. In the bottom right, it's like, wow, you have a lot of bingos, Leo, but no, that's not how it works. To win, they had like special conditions. So the bottom right one where I actually have like 1, 2, 3, I have 5 bingos, it looks like, on that. Technically, I had 0 because the rule for that one was you had to get all of like the edges filled in. So I was missing the top right. So technically, I didn't win because they did not play Cheap Thrills by Sia and SIA and Sean Paul. So I was like, come on, how many bingos can I get without actually winning? But it was good. Good food. But the real highlight, obviously, is going to the convention. So this was what it was like walking in on the first day. A lot of people, a lot of cosplays. It's always just such a... It feels like going home again. Because I like that convention so much. It's like one of the big things that I look forward to every year. Went to an indoor amusement park in Vegas and was dumb. Forgot to get motion sick. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, that would stink. I've developed more motion sickness as I've gotten older, which kind of sucks. I didn't have any issues with it when I was younger, but now it's like boats, trains, cars, planes, they can all do it to me. Even like playing some video games, like VR games can do it to me. Even just some like first-person games. I think I might have talked about it in a different stream, but Doom. I tried streaming Doom last year, like the 2016 remake or whatever. And I got really motion sick, like 2 hours into the stream. So if anybody was watching it, if you remember, I ended up like sitting in the pause menus for like half an hour and just chatting. And it was because I was too motion sick to keep playing. And I was killing time to wait for it to die down so that I could keep going. And I did end up playing for another hour or 2 after that, but then it hit me again and I stopped and I uninstalled the game. I didn't really care for the game much anyway, but The motion sickness was killing me. How many Umas were there? I think a friend of mine said they saw some. I did see some Uma cosplayers, and I did see some Uma merch. And I did buy some of that Uma merch. So you will see some of that in the merch section. This year I actually tallied up, because I like numbers and I was curious. Of like all of the prints I bought, what characters did I buy prints of the most, and which series did I buy prints of the most? So it's some fun stats at the end. Artist Alley was really good this year. Any memorable cosplayers? There were some really good ones. I actually took a picture of a couple that are going to be in the slideshow later. Doom does that to people? Yeah. It's so fast-paced. Right when I walked in to the convention, boom, Hololive booth. They had these big... the cardboard cutouts don't look that big, but they're basically like human size. So they had big cardboard cutouts of Narissa Ali, Nene, and Iris. You could go up and take pictures with them if you wanted. I saw a lot of people taking pictures with them. I just took a picture of the standees right there. But it's always nice seeing the Hololive booth have a big, prominent position and a lot of people hanging out there. Umas, Deku rocking a chair. There'll be a lot of Uma in the slideshow. You have my word on it. I also got the promo card. They were giving away a promo card for the Hololive card game. You just had to go to the booth and talk to somebody. So I got the promo card, which looks very nice. Same 5 girls on it. It's a promo for like the World Tour synchronized thing. So yeah, I got the promo card. Looks pretty neat. Just looked at what game gives motion sickness, and Doom's the game that pops out the most. I'm not surprised. I feel like Doom has got to be up. One of my friends actually gets pretty motion sick from Minecraft. I remember another time, like my college buddies and I, we were playing COD Zombies. And we were probably at like close to round 20 or something. And one of the guys was like, "Do you have a crawler? Like, can you keep it for a second? I need to go to the bathroom." We were like, "Okay." And he came back like 5 minutes later. He's like, "Okay, I'm good. I just threw up. I was motion sick." I was like, "Dude, why are you coming back to keep playing? Like, I would rather just stop the game than you go get sick because of motion sick and then come back and keep playing. That's crazy." So me and my friends have all been getting hit by it. Rock Dinosaur Hunter on N64 made me sick. Hey, they actually remastered that recently, I think. This was a merch booth right by the Hololive booth, which they had some Hololive collab stuff. It looks like it was like there's some acrylic stands there. They have all of Myth, but I think these were earbuds and earphones and stuff. And I'm pretty sure that the collab was like each of the Myth girls. If you bought these earphones or whatever, like they had voice lines. So when you do things with the earphones, you'll hear the girls say the voice lines or something. I don't really know, but I liked the art. It's like, oh, okay. Right next to the Hololive booth, too, they have Hololive collab stuff. That's nice. Still got Ame there for Cashew. Maybe it's the bobbing. Oh, yeah, the head bobbing. I'm pretty sure my friend actually does turn it off, so it could be related to that. Obviously, I went right into Artist Alley after that, because that is my main draw of conventions. This is just a random artist's booth. That I took a picture of some prints they were selling. I thought it was a nice selection. They have some Nikkei stuff. You got Red Hood and Scarlet there. You had a really nice Saber, Honkai version, Blue Lock, Fern from Freerin. You got some VTuber stuff at the top. The Nimi and the Mint are kind of scary. I mean, it's good art, but they're kind of scary. I think I actually sent this picture to Cashew. I was like, "Oh, scary Mint on the top." Cashew yelled at me a lot while you were gone, and Oblivion reported you guys. That sounds like you had a rough couple weeks, Armando. I hope it's going better now. This was another random just selection of prints that I took a picture of when I was walking through the booths. I was really happy that they had a lot of Fate stuff because, as you guys know, FGO is my main gacha. I'm a huge Fate fan. And I don't see Fate art very often. It's kind of a dying breed, and I think it's just because other gacha... to answer your question, Armando, Mint is the second from the right in the top. The one with the knife that has the red text. But yeah, Fate is like, I think it's a 10-year-old gacha now. Like, it just had its 10-year anniversary in JP. It just had its 8-year anniversary in EN. So it's been around for a long time. And I think you have stuff like all of the Hoyo games are huge now. Nikkei is getting really big. Blue Archive is really big. So I think it's just kind of getting overshadowed by like more recent big stuff. So it's just not as common to see FGO art now. Plus, there hasn't been an anime for Fate in a while. Or not like a main one. But yeah, I thought this was some nice art. They have Honkai stuff. There was more off to the side, but Doro. I was continuing to walk through Artist Alley, and I saw a bunch of giant Doro plushies that I thought was kind of funny. I don't know who the one on the top is. I think that's like a Hoyo thing. But then they had Dorothy, Red Hood, and Cinderella as giant plushies you could get. I thought the Fern and the Freerun art on the left, I think, is kind of funny too. Which was a print you could buy. It was nice to see a Siren and a Mori art as well. But yeah, I was glad to see random giant Doros. Then this was actually at their booth. There's the plushie outside of the bag. Adopt a Doro for $30. I thought that was cute. Obviously, I'm a big Doro fan. As you all know, I have my Doro model and everything. Kept walking through Artist Alley, and I saw this very funny Uma art, or Uma print. A gold ship doing the Akira reference. I thought it was funny, like, instead of the bike, it's the actual gold ship horse, and then gold ship walking towards it. I thought that was neat. I didn't buy this print, but I liked it. I thought it was good. Kept walking through Artist Alley. Again, I saw another funny gold ship print there. The actual gold ship horse with the great mood up thing. And I just really like this artist's art style in general. You have a rice shower at the top. There's a Tachyon on the bottom. I actually bought the Tachyon for Ezume. I still have to send it to him. But I did get him that Tachyon. I don't know who the girls to the right are. I think it might be Arknight stuff. I'm not very familiar with Arknights, but I don't know. This artist, I think, had a really nice art style. Gold Ship Akira reference? Yeah. It's really good. I really like references like that. Okay. So this was a different booth, I believe, or maybe it was the same one. I thought these stickers they were selling were super funny. They had a lot of really funny Uma ones, which are the bottom couple rows. You know, a lot of like meme things, and they had a lot of funny Hololive ones, which you can see at the top. You know, Fuwawa and Mokoko with their donut rings drooling over it. Shiori with the bloody nose. The book says Seigex. It's kind of hard to see. Smug Bibu. There's a sticker of it's Beirus having a little fun. You can kind of see it behind Gigi, which has the Boat Goes Binted sticker. And then just a lot of funny Uma ones. The evil nature at the bottom I thought was pretty good. I think I actually came back to this booth. Like, I saw it and I was like, oh, these are funny. I'll come back later. And I came back later and they had sold out of the evil nature sticker, which is the one I wanted. And I was like, damn it. I wanted the freaking evil nature sticker. Good timing for me to get back to my desk. Oh, if you just got back, you missed the last couple Uma things I showed. Right there, you have Gold Ship actual horse with the great up. And then the Tachyon on the bottom I bought for Ezume. And then there was this one, the Akira Gold Ship. Hello, Jack and Wasabi as well. Welcome to the stream. I hope it's going well. How was your trip with Shoma? It was very good. I had a very good trip. I'm glad to be back. But it was a very fun 2 weeks. Convention was great. Concerts were great. It was a lot of fun to see all my college friends again. Vegas was fun. People love Gold Ship? Yeah, I think Gold Ship is the one I saw the most stuff of. between prints and like stickers and whatnot. And then at the end of day one was the Hololive concert at the convention. So this was not the big EN concert. This was part of their world tour, which features these 5, and then they had 2 special guests for every date of the world tour. The special guests for my date were Matsuri and... Oh no, I'm blanking on who the other special guest was. Matsuri and... Oh no! I can't remember who the other special guest was. I'm pretty sure it was another JP talent. People sure did pick up on Uma fast. It's already everywhere. Yeah. Which I appreciate as a big Uma fan. How's the concert work? Like, how did they project them on the stage? I can't picture it. It's like an interesting mix of like big video monitors with stuff happening and then kind of the 3D tech. It's hard to explain. You can actually kind of see it. They have on the official Hololive EN like YouTube channel, they have previews of the big EN concerts. And if you watch those, you can kind of see how it looks because it shows the crowd as well as the stage. So I would recommend checking those if you want to kind of see an example of it. Not gonna last, get a nap or sleep. Take care. Sounds good, Noel. Have a good nap or sleep, whichever it is. This was a picture that the Hololive account posted of the concert, like within it. So this is what it looked like for me inside the show. The 3D tech is definitely legit. It's really nice. I'm glad you're back. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. So unfortunately, this is one of those you had to be there kind of things. They don't stream it anywhere. So the only way that you can see this concert is if you can actually go in person. They have like, I don't know, 8 or 9 stops, I think, around the world. They played, I want to say it was close to 15 songs, between 12 and 15 songs. A personal highlight for me, I believe Iris and Narissa did a cover of Don't Say Lazy, the K-On! Opening. I forget if it was an opening or an ending. But I think it was those two. It was a K-On! Song. That was really good. People were super hyped when they played that. Obviously, they played the new like group song, Live It Loud, I think is what it was called. That was really fun. There was also like a minute or two like dance thing they did. Kind of like if anyone watched the big EN concert, they had like a minute-long dance thing before her solo. It was kind of like that, except it was all 5 of the main girls here. And it was really good. It was super hype, like going from that into the next song. I believe Iris did Carbonated Love. Nene did her song that has like nay, like she just kind of does that a ton. Narissa, I think, might have done like In My Feelings. I think Callie did Go Getters. Oh, Hachima. Hachima was the other guest. Yeah, it was a fun show. Definitely smaller scale compared to like the big EN concert, but fun show, good set list. I was glad I could go. I was like further back and off to the left compared to this picture. If only they let the stream folks watch. I don't know why. Like, honestly, I remember last year, Kiara was one of the performers because I saw it last year too. And I think she said that they didn't know it wasn't going to be streamed and they were kind of bummed about it. And I was assuming that it would be streamed because they have a no photos, no videos rule, just like the EN concert. So I was thinking they were going to record it and release it as a Blu-ray, kind of like they do with the big concerts, but they never did. So it was the same rule this year too. No photo, no video. It had like big cameras around. So I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that they recorded it and it'll show up as a Blu-ray at some point. Empty slide. Going. Oh, okay. Going home with Doro. Right. My mouse is turned off. So after the convention and the concert, I took the subway home, but I was walking home with a new friend. Yeah, this was just a Snapchat that I think I sent it guys. I was walking home with my Doro because I got the Doro plushie. Streets of New York. Learned all about Doro that night. And then we're off to day 2. There were 4 days this year. I only went to 3. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I didn't go Thursday, but I was expecting a Doro cosplayer on your shoulder. Now that would have been great. Doros are completely smooth. I believe so. So this was walking in the second day. Again, I immediately walked by the Hololive booth. When I came in, Louis and Fubuki were doing some stream. These are, again, like convention exclusive things. I'm pretty sure that these aren't streamed like to their channels. You can only see them if you're at the convention watching it. I didn't stay and watch this, but you know, they have a schedule throughout all of the days where different talents are doing stuff. And yeah, when I came by then, Fubuki and Louis were doing something. Obviously had a pretty good sized crowd watching them. And then I went by the Nikkei booth, and I was very happy to see, again, the Nikkei booth was really going all in on the Doro stuff. They had a Kurisu Doro on the left there, which was where you picked up merch if you bought any merch. On the right side is the actual merch that they had for sale, which might be kind of hard depending on how big your screen is, but they had acrylic character stands, they had t-shirts, they had happies, or happy, I don't know how to pronounce it. Buttons, bags, magnets, towels, umbrellas, miscellaneous other stuff. So they had a good selection of things. I really liked the Doro cutouts they had doing different things. That's your girl? Yeah. Were they talking in English? Do you remember? Louis' English is really good, but I think Fubuki's is pretty bare bones. They do try and say some things in English. It's not like fully in English, but they definitely skew it towards the mostly English-speaking crowd. So they will try and use English more. Go in the Brown Dust 2 booth. I didn't. I walked by it, but I didn't go in. I did get a Brown Dust 2 lanyard, though. They were giving those out for free. This was another character cutout they had in front of the Nikkei booth that I thought was funny. The Doro horse, the Doro, or the Doro Uma, I guess you could say. The Doro pirate riding it. I was just all about seeing the Doros. Oh, there's me. So I took a picture there with a Leg and Diesel cosplayer. They had like a partnership with cosplayers, I guess. They had different cosplayers throughout the weekend cosplaying different characters. So when I came by at that point, there was an Leg and a Diesel there. So I got my picture with them. There was... I went by a different time. There were 4 there that time. They had a Leg. It was a Leg, Exia, Rappy, and Dorothy. They had those 4, all cosplayers. And I was too shy to ask for a picture. So I was like, you know, they looked great. It was great cosplays. But I was too shy the second time. But yeah, I got a picture with the cosplayers this time. This was some merch that I got from the Nikkei booth. I got the acrylic character stands for Helm, Dorothy, Rappy, Red Hood, and Cinderella. Doros really took off. Yeah, they did. Which I appreciate. I love Doro. Doro always makes me happy. But very nice character stands. Look at the hem of that dress. I know. If only Frost were here to be reminded of that too. But pretty nice skin selections for... I love the Red Hood and the Cinderella skins. The Rappy one, I don't really remember. I assume that was pretty early. It was before I started playing, at least. There are a lot of good cosplayers for Nikke. Heck, there was a cosplay for the new Bunny. Really? For the Bunny Rogue one? Because that one is pretty, that one's pretty out there. I got the skin in the game, but cosplaying it is pretty bold. I also bought the Doro Happy. I thought that was way too good and way too funny to not actually buy. So I did get the Doro Happy. Welcome back, Leo. Thank you, Oblivion. Glad to be back. Hope Persona was going well. Found us 2 both was kind of crazy. I wouldn't doubt it, given how fan servicey that game is. I don't really know much about it, but it's beautiful. I know, right? It's so much Doro. I'm gonna have to wear it to the next convention I go to. Speaking of happy, I bought my first one or ordered. Oh, what'd you get? Also, hello, Saikenso. Welcome to the stream. 15k yen. Oh my goodness. That's That's like $120. I think this one was like 40 or 50. Actually, I think the prices are there. It was 55. Was my luck's ridiculous? Fuka's always giving me the buff I want. Need when I use it. That's good. I know I got tilted at her a couple times in my playthrough because I would be in like desperate need of the SP restore and she would do HP instead or something, and I was like, oh my god, Fuka, I love you, but come on, I only need SP. Japanese VTuber one for an event? Nice. Which VTuber? I went back to Artist Alley after my little perusing of the Nikke booth. There were, speaking of Doros, you know, continuing on with the Doros, this booth had a ton of Doro stickers. These are a bunch of Uma Doros. But they also had, it looks like K-pop Demon Hunter Doros. They had, I think those are One Piece ones on the bottom. Off to the right, there were more Doros. They had VTuber Doros. You can kind of see, I think that's a mint at the top right. Unfortunately, that one was sold out. If it's blacked out, they were sold out. So it looks like Bakshin, Urara, Gold Ship, Oguri Cap, all sold out for the Doros. So I was told. Won't be able to wear it for the event. Oh, you got Bunny 8? Nice. I did 1 or 2 10 rolls. I didn't get her, unfortunately. Asnoruri, Events V Cafe, which has a ton of VTubers V singers, such as Momose Hibana, Nefla, even Otsuka. Oh, Otsuka Ray, really? She was a guest at this convention as well, actually. I didn't see her because I didn't go by the booth that she was guesting at, but I thought it was nice that she was getting more attention. I think she's really fun. Asnoruri. The name sounds kind of familiar. I'm gonna have to check her out. Then I went back to Nikke. So there were some Nikke voice actors there, and I brought some of the Nikke voice cards, which you guys may remember I opened on stream. So I met Lisa Raymold, who is the voice actor for Mask, Glitter, and Celine, and I got her to sign my cards for them. So I think I mentioned as well that I've kind of been into that lately, of having voice actors sign cards, and then like putting them in a binder and just kind of collecting those. Or like, you know, like if it's a video game they voice in, like Danganronpa or Persona, like I have the voice actor for 2B. I met her and she signed my copy of Nier on PS4. So stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I've been into the voice actor signature stuff lately. So I got her to sign my Nikke cards. Thought that was nice. But not just her. I also met Jenny Yokobori, who is the voice actor for Maiden and Diesel. And I had her sign my cards for them. So I got a nice 5 Nikke cards signed from their voice actors. She has really neat handwriting. Very pretty handwriting. Must have been a very fine tip Sharpie to be able to do that on the cards. Going to the morning concert, but there's a late concert as well. Can't wear it to the event because I won't get in. That stinks that you can't wear it to the event, but at least you'll have it for future stuff. Hopefully the event's fun though. Collecting signatures was something I used to do. I've only gotten into it in the last like year or two, but I think it's fun. I have a picture of my whole collection in a couple slides, I think. Didn't see Amelie for Rupee. I didn't for 2 reasons. One, her line was like over an hour wait. just to see her. It might have been more than an hour. It might have been like an hour and a half wait, like just to see her. She had a massive line every time I walked by. So that was a bit of a deterrent because I had a lot of stuff I wanted to see. And number two, she actually got recast. So she doesn't voice Rupee anymore. It was very recent that they did that, but she is no longer voicing anyone in the game. I think it was within the last month, or last few weeks maybe. So I would have felt a little awkward having her sign it if she doesn't actually voice them now. But obviously she's a great voice actor and singer, so it is kind of a bummer that she doesn't voice her now. But yeah, it's somebody new. And then I got a selfie with Jenny Yokobori. Again, voice actor for Diesel and Maiden. And then, so there is my now updated collection of my Nikkei signed cards. So I have Masked, Sugar, Maiden, Sakura, Celine, Diesel, Litter, and Senti. I've met all their voice actors and had the card signed. Hopefully, I can continue to build out this collection over time. Voices Best Girl Yoimiya. She does. We were talking about that when I met her, actually. She said that Yoimiya is definitely the character that she gets like the most people coming to meet her for. And I don't play Genshin, but Yoimiya is my favorite from the game design-wise, so I would agree Best Girl just because of that. Yeah, I have those 8 Nikkei cards signed now, and then these are my other signed cards. I have Yoko from Gurren Lagann. I met Michelle Ruff, who's the English voice actor for her. I watched Gurren Lagann in English. And then I didn't meet the voice actor for Asuna, but I have a graded 10 Asuna card, signed Weiss card, which is then also signed by her voice actor. So it has the printed stamp of the Japanese voice actress, and then the English voice actor signed it. I also watched SAO in English for the first, 3 seasons. That's a nice, 10-card collection. Slowly growing it. Walked by the Nikkei booth again. After that, there was another cute Doro stand there, the Painter Doro. That's where they had the names of the cosplayers put up. So these were cosplayers that I saw on the 3rd day. It was a duo cosplay of Yoko and Kamina. I thought they looked amazing. Very, very high quality cosplay. Unfortunately, I don't know their ats or their handles, so I couldn't tag them. But yeah, I thought they looked amazing. And obviously, Gurren Lagann is, well, I guess not obviously. You might not know, but Gurren Lagann is my number 2 anime of all time. So I was very happy to see them still get attention with cosplays, and super, super high quality cosplays at that. I saw a couple Dr. Stone ones too, actually. I saw a really good Senku. I saw a really good Kohaku. I walked past the Hololive booth again after that, and I have a video. Kobo was doing a karaoke when I came by. I think this might be like a Your Name song. Maybe? I like the people who have the plushies and they hold it up. It is. Okay. I was right. Hello, Zaraya. Welcome to the stream. Hope it's going well. My number 1 compatriot. How was the convention? It was great. It was great. I had a ton of fun. I haven't gotten to the merch yet, so you can see all the merch I bought pretty soon. But convention was amazing. I always have a ton of fun. Very glad I could go. Honestly, I'm just like okay on Your Name. I don't think it's like the greatest thing ever, but it's a fun movie. But I really like the music. I just never get enough of the people using the plushies instead of the light sticks. I think that's super funny. But yeah, so that was Kobo was doing her karaoke when I came by. It's on my bucket list once I move back to Rochester. Oh, you definitely should. Are you moving soon? Like, genuinely, Anime NYC is one of the like things I look forward to the most every year. For a while, it was Warp Tour. It's actually kind of funny. Every summer, Warp Tour was the thing I looked forward to the most every year. And then 2018, they stopped doing it. Um, and then 2019, I went to Anime NYC for the first time. And now that's the new thing I look forward to every year. So it kind of replaced Warp Tour as like my one big like, oh, I can't wait. But I will definitely be going again next year. I went back to Artist Alley after the Hololive booth because again I spent pretty much all my time there. I thought these were some cute Mau Mau keychains. I did not get any of them, but I was a big Apothecary Diaries fan, and I thought these keychains were very cute. Especially the top two. I love cat ear Mau Mau. More keychains that I saw while I was walking around. Very cute Fuamoko ones. You have Nimi and Doki on the bottom. Some cute Hololive ones. Obviously, the Beirus I think is hilarious. Guy from the UK got arrested at the airport on his way to the convention because he had drowned. Seriously? I'm gonna have to look that up. That seems wild. Of course, Cashew Con would be within reach too, assuming he's near Toronto. I'm not sure where in Canada. I know he said it before, but I forget. True, yeah, you can have Cashew Con. A bunch of other keychains I saw walking around. I thought these were some really cute Uma ones. Oguri Cap sold out here too. There was the previous one that the Oguri Cap sticker sold out. Now you have the keychain here sold out. Totally different artist. I guess there were a lot of Oguri Cap fans. Either between the game or the Cinderella Grey anime. I don't know. I also got that Takion keychain for Ezume, so I have to send him that too. Maybe Anime North meet and greet. I think there are other conventions I want to try going to outside of the NYC and the Boston ones that I typically go to, and I think Anime North is one that I was considering. Everywhere in Toronto, everywhere in Ontario can be near Toronto with a train ride. A bunch of nice prints I saw again walking around. These were a lot of like Genshin things. I don't really know all the character names, but I thought the art was really good. I did buy some of these actually, which will show up in my merch haul part of the stream. Again, more Artist Alley stuff I saw walking around. This artist was selling puzzles of their art, which I thought was a cool idea. I considered buying them and doing a hand can stream at some point, just to like make the puzzle and kind of chat and chill. I ended up not, because they had a Dandadan one that I thought was really nice, and they sold out of it. You can see it in the picture off to the right, but I believe it was sold out when I came back later. And then goodbye Anime NYC. That was the last picture I took at the actual convention. I took this as I was leaving to go to the Hololive concert. Fantastic convention. I had oodles and oodles of fun. I do every year, but this year, like, the Artist Alley section was great. You know, I got to meet up with my friend from Jersey, who I really only get to see at conventions and whatnot. Got to see some of my family in the area, so it was a very fun weekend, very fun convention, but it wasn't the only thing that weekend, because there was also the Hololive EN concert, which I went to both nights this year, not just one. I did one last year. This year I got to go to both. Saturday and Sunday, I had to leave the convention at like 4 o'clock, 3 hours before it closes because I had to come to the concert. Leo meet and greet when? Good question. I would be lying if I said I didn't consider it for like, hey, I'm going to be at Anime NYC. I'm off at this time if anybody wants to just meet and say hi for 30 minutes before I keep walking around and do other stuff. I ended up not, but who knows? Maybe one year at a convention. Should host a Tell the Truth panel, have 3 people all say, my name is Cashew, and we have to ask questions to determine the real one, get a voice distorted. I think those are a lot of fun. There's some guys on TikTok I follow who do that every once in a while. They're like, it'll be like, what was the one I saw recently? It was some basketball player. They had to figure out who the actual basketball player was. They had like 1 actual and then 3 fakes. And they asked a bunch of basketball specific questions to try and like figure them out. It's a fun idea. All for One was so good. It was so good. I told Cashew after the concerts, like, it was so good. It was basically like a religious experience. And I'm like, my life is downhill from here. Like, those 2 nights were just the peak of my life, and nothing is going to match them. It was a really funny Hololive challenge show where they did that to find the real Marine. Oh, I think I've seen that. Like, some of them are really good at mimicking the voices and stuff, too. These were some pictures I took on the way to the venue. It was at Radio City Music Hall, so this was when I was very close. I walked there. They had a nice big Hololive All for One ad right outside showing what was that night. Just got to hold out for next year's concert. True. Assuming I can go. I wouldn't be surprised if it's in Europe. Like, Kiara was teasing it a little bit, or she was like, or because Myth was like, oh, where should the next time or concert we play? And I don't know. Ina was like, on the moon. And Callie said, in the underworld. It's like, okay, they're just joking around. But then Kiara said, what about in Europe? Wouldn't that be cool? I was like, is that like her way of teasing that that's where they're thinking the next one will be? I don't know. If it's in Europe, I don't think I could go to it. I think that's too much of a travel for me. If it's in the US, I would strongly consider it, as long as it's not like conflicting with Anime NYC or something. If it's in Canada, I would consider it. But Europe would probably be too far. This is when I got into the concert. I had a pretty good view. I was very close to the center section. Again, I can't take pictures and videos during the concert because there was a strict rule that you couldn't do it. I didn't want to try doing it and then get kicked out, so it was a good way of living in the moment, too. You're not on your phone finagling with it, looking at messages, trying to take pictures and videos. You're just fully absorbed in the concert and enjoying it. Thought it was really funny that they were joking about getting a Hololive concert in Europe is as much of a challenge as on the moon or in hell. I wonder which like European country would have the biggest draw for them. Probably the UK. I bet like London would be good. It's really easy to travel in Europe. London is obviously an English-speaking city. So a little easier there compared to like, Italy or France or Germany or something where that's not the native language. And this was an actual picture of what it was like during the concert. I took this off of the Hololive EN Twitter. This was the opening song, All for One, which I honestly, I think All for One is my favorite Hololive song now. I cannot stop listening to it. It's so catchy. The build up to the final chorus and everything is so good. Like, yeah, this is what it was like in the venue throughout the whole concert. Everybody has their light sticks and plushies and is cosplaying and is in their happies and everything. Like, it's so good. It was such an experience. I was sitting further back than this, but this was the set list for the first day. It was a little bit off on one of the performers, so I had to edit it. They had Iris instead of Ina on one of the songs, but amazing set list. Like, really hard to pick favorites. The All for One way to open it was awesome. I thought the Hollow Advent song was really good. Hollow Justice performance was a ton of fun. Like, the whole crowd cheering out the Justice Just Like This chant as part of it. Like, people were so into it. Toa, Iris, and Crony doing Gravity, I thought was 10 out of 10. I'm just like scrolling through it right now. Narissa, Liz, and Risu doing Alice and You. Like 3 of the powerhouse singers all at once. Like it gave me the same like chills as last year. On the day I went, you had Suisei, Muna, Bae, and Iris, and they did High Tide together, which is a very vocally difficult song. And again, 4 powerhouses for vocals. So I think for me this year, like that was the High Tide type thing where you have the powerhouse team up for a collab song. That was amazing. Iris is one of my favorites. Diamond Girlfriend was fun. Bae, Gigi, and Ollie doing Countac I thought was also really, really good. The bass on that is like, you can feel it like vibrating your whole body. Like it was so good. And then that like final stretch of 3 to 4 songs, Liz doing Stellar Stellar. Like, my God, the energy in the place when she did Stellar Stellar was unreal. It was like, the only thing I could compare it to was last year on the day that I went, Gura and Ame, who have since graduated, so I'm glad I could go in time. Gura and Ame did a cover of Idol. Like, Liz's cover of Stellar Stellar, like, oh my God, the hype in those 2 songs, the energy in the whole room, like, it was just incomparable. Don't know about the UK at the moment? They got stuff going on, huh? I mean, you could say it's the same about the US, honestly. Maybe they should go to Canada. That's a safer bet right now. Host the concert at the same time as Anime North. I think that's in July, right? That's a good time for the concert. It's in the summer. It's a big anime convention. Like, the first EN concert, I think, was in California the same weekend as Anime Expo, so they, like, tied it in. Second and third were in New York the same weekend as Anime NYC, so kind of makes sense, I think, if they're going to host it the same weekend as a big convention. Another outrageous UK arrest was a guy cosplaying as an Umbrella Corpse. Really? Come on, UK, what are you doing? Absolute cinnamon. I'm sure the experience was 5 times more powerful in person. It was. I'm going to buy the archive so that I can watch it again, but it's like you can't even describe what it's like in person. I think I told Cashew actually in a message, but like you could feel like the floor shaking between the bass and people like being so excited with how they're like jumping around. Like it was just so cool. Cover doesn't know Canada exists. I saw they put out a survey recently. Yeah, and Canada wasn't even an option. That's a bit of an oversight. So yeah, Liz doing Stellar Stellar was great. Hollow Myth doing Seishun Archive, I teared up during that. And then when they went right into freaking Hollow EN doing Connect the World after that, I teared up at that. I was like, oh, back to back right in the Kokoro. That hurts. It hurts good, but it hurts. Those were great. I was really glad they played Connect the World. And then Odyssey, I was kind of surprised that's what they closed with. But then when I was thinking about it, I was like, that's the only EN song that has everyone. Except for Sana, because it was released after she graduated. But like, it was released and still had everybody before they lost Ame, Fauna, Gura, Mume. Like, all of them were still in it. And I think I'd have to double check which EN song it was. It might have been Odyssey. But I think for the graduated members, they had the other members from their gen, like, do their lines. So, like, the Myth Girls did Gura and Ame's lines. The Promise Girls did Fauna and Mume's lines, which, you know, extra feels right there when you realize who's covering for them. I think it was Odyssey. Maybe it was Connect the World. No, I think it was Odyssey that they did that. What? Yeah. Uh-huh. And then after I left on day 1, high off the experience, I took a picture next to the sign they had outside with the Hololive EN thing. I got my nice Bochi shirt on. That's one of my favorite shirts to wear for conventions. Big fan of the Bochi shirt. But that wasn't it for Hololive concerts, because then there was day 2. And I took a picture again. But this time during the day when the lighting was better. And I didn't stand as awkwardly. I have a 02 baseball jersey on in that picture. But yeah, you can probably tell I like to wear a lot of black. That's like my go-to color. Then I went in, obviously, to watch the concert. I had this view on day 2. I was about 15 rows closer, I believe, than the previous day. But I was on the other side. I was on the right side instead of the left. So I had a better view this time, which was really nice. I don't have a picture from the actual concert. I thought I did, that I just took from Hololive's Twitter, but I guess not. This was the set list for day 2. Again, stacked set list. I was super happy they did 20 shows, or 20 songs in both shows. Big step up from last year where it was like 15 or 12 to 15. Again, a lot of standout songs in the set list. I think Iris, Liz, Narissa, and Callie doing Start Again to kick off the show was really, really good. Very hype. Kiara and Iris, Chimera, I thought was really good. They're dancing in that. Good stuff. Then in the middle there was that stretch. Bae doing La Roja. Like the minute-long like dance intro she did into the actual performance, 10 out of 10. Crony's Do You performance, 10 out of 10. That was amazing. And then freaking Hollow Promise Feeling Gradation, heavily teared up. That was... I love Feeling Gradation. That's another one of my favorite like Hololive songs in general. So them covering it, so good. I teared up hard in that one. As did my friend who I went with, actually. He said it got to him quite a bit as well. Crony, Liz, and Ollie doing High Tide. I was really surprised that they did High Tide 2 years in a row. It was a collab song both years. So last year it was Suisei, Muna, Bae, and Iris. And then this year it was Crony, Liz, and Ollie. Again, some great singers. But yeah, I was surprised they did it 2 years in a row. Not that I'm complaining. Good song, good performance. Maury's medley, really, really good. End of a Life is an iconic Hololive song again. So I thought her and Kiara both doing medleys I thought was kind of fun. I'm Your Treasure Box was, a great pull for like a big JP song to cover. That's a super good song, super popular song. Black and Red's best, obviously. I completely agree with Sabi. Black, red, and blue, I think, are the 3 colors I wear the most. Mori and Toa, Queen of the Night, was amazing. I'm a huge Toa fan, so I really liked her performance in both nights. That was really good. Again, kind of surprised that they did Odyssey both nights. I expected All for One both nights. I did like that they started the first day with All for One, and then they ended the second day with it, because it kind of brings it like full circle. I love that song. I think starting and ending it was really, really nice. But I was surprised they did Odyssey both nights. But again, I guess I kind of get it because it's like the big EN song that like everybody was in before the graduations and stuff. Kirameki Rider, English version, I thought was really nice too. So I was glad that they had 3 like everybody songs to end day 2. Both days were great. I honestly don't know if I could tell you which one I preferred because there were just so many standout songs and performances in both days. I would probably give the first day for like the collabs maybe, and then the second day for the solos. Jumped out of my chair when I realized it was a medley and I was already emotionally vulnerable from End of a Life. Yeah, it was really fun. Very neat that it was like it was a 3-for-1 or a 2-for-1 in Kiara's case. But that was it for the concerts. Again, 10 out of 10 concerts. I had a lot of fun. They were very emotional, very fun. Just the energy, the vibes, everybody there was having so much fun. So much cheering, so much pen lights, so many cosplays and plushies, and just like so much passion for Hololive in the rooms. Like unmatched. And I've been to almost 100 concerts. The Hololive concerts, like the energy, the love for the talents, the passion, like I've never been to any concerts that could compare to the Hololive ones in terms of like how excited, how into it the crowd was, like just such an amazing experience. I'm very glad that I got tickets. I'm very glad I could go. I hope I can go to future ones, but you know, I've gotten super lucky the past 2 years that it was in New York the same weekend I was already going to be in New York for the convention. The odds of that happening again, I don't know. I feel like people would kind of lose their mind if it was New York for a third time. Granted, New York has a ton of venues that they could play. Radio City Music Hall was a big step up in terms of like how many people they could seat. I think it went from like 2,000-ish last year to like 6,000-ish this year for number of seats. So that's a big jump, obviously. Would be great if they could jump up again. New York has a ton of venues that they could definitely use, but you know, there's a lot of venues all around the country and the world. So I don't know. We'll see. Next, like July-ish, I would assume. What ends up happening for a potential EN4? Yeah, amazing concerts. High praise, yeah. I can't say enough good things about it. It was just, I'm gonna have to buy the archive. I need to see it again. Just phenomenal shows. But then we have the merch. I got a very nice selection of merch. A lot of prints, of course. Prints are my main thing, but I got charms, I got keychains, I got stands. Charms and keychains are the same thing. I got charms, I got stickers, I got shirts, I got other miscellaneous stuff. I got a really good variety from a lot of talented artists. A few dozen, I believe. So obviously, I hope you like good art, because I got a lot to show off. Obviously, every single one is tagged in the corner, bottom left corner, if you're interested in the artist and checking out their other work. So let's go through and see all of the merch I picked up. Starting off, very first thing I bought, this is actually chronological as well, so it's in the order of when I bought them. Robot Cat Art was the first booth I bought something from, which had this really nice Nimi print. And then I also got some stickers, Nimi Fuwawa and Mokoko. Not pictured is a Nimi playmat, which was a pre-order. So I don't have it yet. It is on its way. But it has the same art as the print. But it's a playmat. So I was interested in getting a new upgraded playmat. But I thought that was a really nice Nimi art and a good way to kick off the merch that I was buying. They had commissions open too, actually. I was kind of interested. But I was like, I know I'm going to get a lot of merch. I don't know if I could swing it. I'll have to see when they open them again. Went to Dario after that, who I'm a big fan of. I bought a bunch from them last year, and they had a lot of good stuff this year too. So 2 Nazunas. I like Nazuna a lot. Then there was Akane from Oshinoko, who I would say is my favorite from Oshinoko. So I thought that was a nice set of 3, but I got more than just 3 things from Dario. Because they had so many good prints that I had to get even more. I got this Gura, a Bay, and a Momo from Dandadan. They're so good. It's too bad Frost isn't here, because I would have made a comment. I found out that Dario is actually also colorblind, like Frost is. So, you know, this guy has amazing art. It's a good person that Frost could, you know, identify with as a fellow colorblind artist. But I thought they were super cute. Very cute Gura, a cute Bay. The Momo one is just like phenomenal. And then I also got some acrylic stands from them. The Dandadan Trio, Momo, Ira, and Obasan. Seiko, but Obasan. Very sparkly, very shiny. But nice art. After Dario, we press on. I had a picture of this artist's booth earlier, Minsgraph. They were one of the artists who had a lot of Fate stuff, so I got Morgan and Musashi, which are the first 2. And then Lucy from Cyberpunk. If you guys know Fate, Musashi is in my top 3 servants. potentially number one. Very likely number one. The Lucy one actually is holographic, which I have a video of. I noticed that this year as a trend. I started noticing it last year, but it was really prevalent this year. There are a lot of holographic prints. So I have a video to kind of show what I mean. So this is me moving the print around in the light, and you can see her eye is holographic, like the lines coming by her head are holographic. It's really neat. The holographic prints do cost usually like $5 more than the regular ones. But I think it adds like an extra pop to the print. But a lot of artists do it now. Like, it's very, very, very common to have holographic prints. And I kind of eat it up. The other trend that I noticed was kind of popular lately was acrylic blocks. If anybody goes to conventions or has seen those as merch. Like, again, last year I saw like maybe one or two. There were a lot of booths that had acrylic blocks this year. They are really cool. But it's just kind of interesting to see the trends of, you know, what is popular with the artists and fans and everything. Haven't seen something like that before? Well, I got a lot of them. I have one other video of a different one that I got. I think coming up in a couple slides. Top 10 Fate Servants? Ooh. Say I don't have a solidified top 10 on my list. I need to do, still on the docket, is to do a Fate tier list of all the servants at some point. For sure, ones who would be in the top 10, just because of how much I like them. Musashi, Castoria, which is short for Castor Artoria, Castoria. Those would be two. Ereshkigal would for sure be in there. Probably Ishtar and Space Ishtar as well. I don't know if that's kind of cheating because that's 3 different Rin faces, but they're all awesome. I love all 3 of them. Gilgamesh, I would say, is in the top 10. That's 6. Okita Alter, I would say, is in the top 10. That would be 7. Like, there's other ones I like a lot. Like, John Alter is really good. Ushi Wakamaru is really good. Da Vinci Lily and Normal Da Vinci are both really good. Ryoma, I think, is great. Scotty is great. Mash, of course, is really good. I'm like going through all the story arcs in my head. Morgan is great. It's so hard to choose because there's just so many good ones. I think I would have to do a tier list. or one of those picker sorter things. And then I could figure out an actual order. But for sure, the first 7 ones I listed would be in the top 10. Hokusai, I think, is really good. Mordred I like, but wouldn't be top 10. Say Shonagon, or Shonagon? She would be up there. I like her a lot. I know there's another one. Yeah. But there's a ton of good ones. Oh, Kama. Kama would be way up there. I like her a lot too. She actually had a damn good scene in the most recent story chapter. Oh, I'm not in the right tab. There we go. Next up, we had Sky Freedom. If you've been around in the anime space, you probably recognize this guy's art style. Got a couple free run related stuff, 2 very nice Ubels, and an Eve from Stellar Blade, which I thought the Doros on the Eve one were hilarious. You have the smug teasing Doro, which in the Stellar Blade game, she is like something you can chase. She's a total gremlin. The Anise one in the corner with the insanely smug face I thought was ridiculous. And then you have the Cinderella Doro in the top right, poking her eye out and watching. But yeah, that was a nice selection of art right there, I would say. And then I got the Doro plushie. That's where I got the big Doro plushie that I had the video of earlier. And I also have a small Doro plushie. So I did adopt a Doro. And actually, I just realized I had a video of the Doro, but I forgot to download it. Where is that video? Right here. So I don't know, for the Nikke fans in chat who have seen Sweet Mama, yeah. You may be familiar with Musan Pro, who does a lot of like Nikke animations. He's kind of one of the big ones who made Doro really popular. And you know, Doro has a lot of appearances in his video as a gremlin, and she has like a very squeaky laugh. So the small Doro at the top there it actually has a squeaker toy in it. Which, it was probably insanely loud right there. I don't know why the video's sideways, but... I thought that was really funny. I think adding in the typical Doro laugh, like that's how she laughs in the videos. So I was like, oh, that's a funny like nod to Musan Pro stuff, keeping her as a total gremlin. Let me put the chat music back on. I didn't have that video prepped for some reason, so I had to go find it. Yeah, I like the big Doro plushie. Musan is indeed the GOAT of Nikke animations. I agree. Then I went to Miss Nekopon, where we have our first Uma prince. Very cute McQueen and a really pretty Grass Wonder. R.I.P. Grass Wonder, who recently passed away. And also a very pretty Mau Mau. I thought they had some really nice stuff. I'm gonna have a quick drink. But yeah, McQueen is my favorite in Uma. So obviously I was on the hunt for any McQueen stuff I could find. And, you know, sad about Grass Wonder passing away, of course. So I thought that was a really nice art. It kind of memorializes her. And then Mau Mau, obviously, I'm a big fan of. So a very pretty one there. I also got a Cat Anise print, as well as some stickers. So there's a cute Doro sticker, Siren Doro, very nice Valentine's Wrappy, and then I got a Kitasan Black and a Satono Diamond sticker, which I thought were pretty cute. The ribbons at the top that say Carrot and Tissues, they were running like a gacha at their booth. So if you bought Uma merch, you got to pull for random ribbons, which, you know, that's stuff you can do in the game. Unfortunately, I got the two lowest ones, which were Carrot and Tissues. Very unfortunate, I know. But I thought that was a fun idea. So of course you get the tissues. Uh-huh. Of course. What else would I get but tissues? No deluxe hamburger steak for me. No hot spring ticket. They did have it. You could pull it. I didn't pull it. But they had a lot of cute stuff. And I remember when I was buying the stuff, the guy running the booth, I assume the artist, was like, wow, Uma, Apothecary, Nikke, Like, you like all 3 of those? Good taste. I was like, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Finally got my summer anise. Nice. Summer anise is great. I haven't really rolled for the summer stuff, even though I want to, because, you know, the Resident Evil collab, I don't know if you've seen that, Cashew, but Nikkei's next collab is Resident Evil, which should be within the next few weeks. So obviously I'm saving some tickets for that. I might want to roll on that. And then we have Anniversary pretty soon, so that's going to be New Pilgrims, I would assume. So kind of hard to justify rolling for those even though I want to. I've heard about that. I haven't seen who's being added. I would be 100% confident that it's going to be Claire, Jill, and Ada. I would imagine 2 of them are going to be SSRs that you have to roll for, and 1 of them will be a free, like, SR. But I know all 3 are popular, so I don't know who the SR is going to be. I would probably guess Ada because she's not actually, like, a main character in the games. Like, from what I know, Jill and Claire both have multiple games where they're the main playable character. Whereas Ada is, like, she's a side character in the games, or she's like playable in the, what is it, Resident Evil 4 like separate ways thing, but she's not the main character like Claire and Jill, right? So I would imagine she's going to be the free one, and then Claire and Jill are the main. Maybe they pull a curveball and one of the others is the free one, or maybe they have 3 SSR banners. I don't know. And they do the full bunny event. Yeah, and then the bunny event right now, like, I want both Aid and Milk, but can't justify it. Got Winter Anne and Summer Neon. Nice. I used the free tickets they gave for the Winter Anne. I didn't get her, unfortunately. Jill is confirmed. Oh yeah, Jill showed up in the trailer. I went to Athena Worm after that. Very nice art here. Very nice selection. The Nimi one on the left is another holographic one. You might be able to kind of tell in the picture, but like the gold around the ghosts and her hat and stuff, it's like a holographic gold. Shiori in the middle, very, very nice. And then Red Hood, also very nice. Speculating Ashley is an SR? Oh, maybe. But if they do that, then Ada wouldn't be in it. And I feel like people would go crazy if they put Ashley but not Ada. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Shiori, my beloved. Is she your Hololive Oshi? She's up there for me. I would say, I mean, it was Fauna. Post Fauna graduation, I would say Iris has taken the spot. Then I went to this booth. Their at is Eggy-chan. Eggy-chan. But the booth name was like B. Clarissa or Bellarissa. I think it was B. Clarissa. They had a ton of really good stuff. So the one on the left is like a newspaper style thing for Freerun, which it actually has like the articles are kind of written. It might be kind of hard to read, but like the one at the bottom, which has a lot of the main characters on the skyscraper, it says, a group of well-known adventurers was spotted yesterday enjoying a quiet meal above the city skyline. Seated casually on a steel beam more than 90 stories high, the party appeared completely relaxed, laughing and eating without a single safety spell in place. Witnesses on the ground described the scene as surreal. They just showed up out of nowhere, one passerby said. No portal, no noise, just suddenly there, eating like it was the middle of a tavern. Some say they're on a sightseeing tour, others think it was a quiet break. Regardless, one thing's for sure, even heroes need lunch. So like each of these things kind of have a little write-up, which I thought was kind of cute. And then I thought that was a really nice 2B one from Nier. I also got, so those are like the normal size prints, but I also got some small ones. I prefer the normal size ones, but they didn't have normal for everything available. So these are the small size ones that I got, which was Persona 5, a nice group 1 for Momo from Dan to Dan again, and then Freerun. All 3 of these are the foil one again. So I think I have a video of the Freerun one, again, just trying to show like how the foil looks in person, but the foil really makes it pop. Yeah, I thought all 3 of these were really nice as well. I wish they were full size, But what can you do? I got them in the small size. So I have the Freerin one. Again, trying to show the foil. So you can see, like, in this one, the effect is on the spell that she's casting around her. I don't know. It just makes it pop. It's a cute Freerin art in the style of Hollow. Oh, really? I think I've seen a fan art like that on Twitter. There was a person who did a bunch of edits, basically, of, like, Freerin... of posters of, like, key arts from movies and games and stuff. But they would edit it to be Freerin or something. I liked that trend when it was popular. Am I tabbed out again? So then I went to Rasuri's booth, who I'm sure all of you know Rasuri. She's insanely popular. She's done a lot of official work for games and Hololive and everything. So I got prints of Nimi and Mint from her. Really cute art. Rasuri is just insanely talented. I think I buy something from her booth like every single year. And I met her as well because, I mean, she's at the booth every year. She's very nice, but she's insanely talented, fantastic artist. It's one of those things where, like, since I go to their booth every year, I've basically bought everything I want from them. So unless they come out with a lot of new stuff, like there's a different artist named Zizzy, who's super popular too, super talented. But again, like I've bought basically everything from them that I know and like. So it's like every year when I see them at a convention, I just look and see if there's anything new. And most booths do buy two get one for prints. So it's kind of like typical that most people are going to get 3 prints from a booth. I always try and do the buy two get one if I can. But like in Zizzy's case, it's like every year there's one new print that I want. So I always end up getting one, and it's like, oh, you know, there's a buy two get one, right? Like, yeah, I would get more, but like I've bought from you for 5 years straight, so I kind of have like everything that I would want. Rasuri is often one of those booths, but this year and last year actually, she had a lot of new stuff. So I got the Nimi and the Mint, and then I also got the left is her OC, which she occasionally will stream as a VTuber. But I thought that was really pretty. And then I got this keychain of her OC again, so it's a convention exclusive keychain. I don't think she sells it in her store, but it's set up like an Instagram picture. So I think the idea of it is that you take pictures at the convention with the keychain to make it be like she's traveling around and like this is her convention experience, which I think is a really cute idea. I forgot to do it. I put it in my bag and then I unpacked it afterwards, but I thought it was a really cute keychain. And I love her character's design. Like her OC's design is so good. After Rasuri, I went to Tamago Nashi, who is another booth that has really nice Fate stuff. So you have Ishtar and John Alter, or Jalter, if you will. As the first two. The Ishtar one in particular, I thought was really, 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 really good. And then there's another Nier one. There was a lot of booths that just had a random Nier poster. It's like, okay, you know, I like Automata. I'll pick it up. So they had some really good stuff. They're super talented too. I know I got some. I think last year I might have gotten like a Freerin Amiku and a Fate one as well. Yeah, I'm saying like the art quality this year in Artist Alley was insanely good. After them, I went to, I think this booth's name was just like Bale Noir. I thought they had a super cute art style. So I got 3 Dan prints from them. Mostly Momo on the left, and then Momo and Ira in the middle. I really like these types of things where it's like the character with different expressions and outfits, and it's kind of like a collage. I don't know, very neat to look at, very cute art though. And I was a big Dan fan, obviously. I think it won like 3 or 4 things at my awards. Big fan of the manga. I haven't started season 2 yet. I will most likely binge it when it ends, I think later this month. Got an email from Nier Replicant. Oh, I got a meal from Nier Replicant and Octopath. Oh, really? Nice. Are they doing a collab right now? Octopath Zero, I think, comes out in a month or two as well. In addition to these prints, I also got some Umumusume photo cards from them. This was another thing that was very popular that I actually don't remember seeing at other conventions. I feel like this got really popular just this year. A lot of booths were selling photo cards, which I think it's a K-pop thing. I don't know if it's also like just an idol thing in general, but you can like decorate it and whatnot. And I didn't decorate it. I just got the card straight up. But they had a lot of Umusume ones, and I got these 4. A McQueen Teo, Urara, and Oguri Cap. Those were my favorites of the ones that were available, at least. Right now is the collab? Nice. Who are the other collab characters? If it's a replicant collab, I assume it's like Emil, Kaine, and I forget the main character's name. Alright, so I think that was it for MC and Kaine. Gotcha. That makes sense. Alright, so this artist, their @ is Hagglebub. I think their like name or the artist name is Hagglefish. They had really nice stuff. I think they do a lot of Gundam art, like of the actual mechs, but they did have some character art, which is more of what I'm interested in. So it had a very pretty Iris, and then a pretty cute Dark Magician Girl and a nice Tifa. Tifa, my beloved. One of these days I'll get around to streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake. One of these days. Maybe, I don't know about this fall. Maybe next year. This fall is kind of packed. But it's like in my top 5 from my backlog games that I want to get to. So whenever I'm picking games from my backlog, it's probably going to be one of the best chances. But yeah, I thought the art, the Iris one in particular was like 10 out of 10. Great art. Great expression work. Ah, peak. That's my Hollow Oshi right there. And then I found Blazpoo very shortly after that, which, again, another booth that actually had a good amount of Fate stuff. So I got 6 prints from them, I believe. These first 3 were all Fate. So on the left, it's Space Ishtar. At the top, that is Hokusai, who's one of my underrated picks for... I don't know, I feel like she's very underrated. And then the bottom is Merlin and Proto-Merlin. Sephiroth was added to the Final Fantasy VII phone game. I'm kind of surprised he wasn't in it from the start. It's like one of the most popular characters. In addition to the Fate stuff, I also got some Atlas stuff and another Nier. So on the left, I think the left is meant to be like a mascot character, like collab thing. I saw Gallica and I was like, oh man, a metaphor print. I like Gallica a lot. But I was looking at it more. It's like you got Morgana, you have Koromaru, you have Lufel from even Persona 5X on the bottom there, Jack Frost. I think the big thing on the bottom is the Persona 4 mascot, so I'm pretty sure this is meant to be like a mascot thing. But I liked the Gallica was front and center. And then you have Persona 5 in the middle. I like that you have all of the different like main Phantom Thieves and the Shards of Glass like breaking around the main character. And then another nice Nier one. Teddy, yeah, Teddy's the name. Can't wait for Persona 4 Remake, or Revival. You know I'm going to be playing that. Hopefully somebody has a 100% schedule guide, like right out of the gate, like Persona 3 had, so I can follow that. But yeah, that artist I thought was really good. They have a really good style. And obviously great taste, considering a lot of Fate, a lot of Atlas stuff, and Nier. I think they had an art book too. I know they had some metaphor stuff, but yeah, nice stuff. After them, I went to Melty Rice, who, again, another artist that I've gone to at a lot of conventions. So I have most stuff that I would want from her I've, like, already bought. I've actually commissioned her in the past. I have a couple, like, hand-drawn commissions where she, like, you do the commission at the convention, and she'll, like, hand-draw something for you. And I've done a digital art commission from her as well. So I'm a big fan of her work. But then from her, I got Teo, another Uma Musume one on the left there. Really nice wrappy. The wrappy one is foil as well. Like, all of the red, like, slashes going across it are foil. You know, kind of shows her progression. You have current wrappy, and then right behind her on the right is the wrappy that you start the game with. To the left, that's the wrappy before she became the wrappy that you originally meet. The top, Red Hood, you know, her kind of mentor, if you will, and then the young Rappies from her backstory and event in the corner. So I thought it was a good, like, the story of Rappy kind of thing. And then on the right, another nice iris. That one is also foil. You can kind of see it in the picture, but pretty much all of the silver stuff, or all of the colored stuff around her, is foil. So she had some good stuff this year. NT Danny. So I got a lot of stuff from NT Danny. I believe I got like 6 prints and some stickers and keychains and stuff. A lot of good things. So a really pretty fauna. The fauna one is also foil. Those like gold slashes kind of like around her and the circle behind her, that's all foil. Fauna was my EN Oshi and also like one of my top Oshis in general. It was Miko and then Fauna were like my top 2 always. So I was very glad that there was still fauna art being made. McQueen, my favorite from Uma Musume. And then Topaz in the top. Again, I don't really play Honkai, but I love her design. It is extremely Leo core. So I do eat up good Topaz art. Rappy, Topaz. Are you a big Topaz fan? She's like 100% my favorite design in that game. I also got a few more prints from NT Danny. A really cute Nimi one. I also have I think I got a wall scroll of the fauna, because they were running some deal where it's like if you buy a certain amount, you get a wall scroll for free. I don't normally get wall scrolls, but it was free, so I picked the fauna one. But the Nimi one I thought was cute. The Mau Mau one was nice. The Mau Mau is also foil. All of the gold stuff behind her is holographic. And then another Dark Magician girl. Excuse me. Had a big yawn out of nowhere. And then, in addition to the prints, I don't think that Dark Magician girl's wearing anything down there. You never know. It's just out of sight. There's no way to tell. It's, what do they call it? Schrodinger's pantsuit. You may remember I posted a picture of the funny stickers I saw earlier. Well, I went back, and boy, did I get some stickers. And keychains. So you have the Nimi and the Evil Nature keychain. They ran out of the Evil Nature sticker, so I got the keychain instead. And then for the stickers, I got Gold Ship riding a McQueen who looks very angry. Akshin, Fat Oguri I thought was really good. You guys know I'm very into the Sotono Diamond big tongue out meme, so I thought that was really good. Mambo, and then Aurora with all of her grass. Great selection of stickers and keychains. I thought they were super cute. And I think it's really funny how they have this like gorgeous art in their prints. Like really pretty stuff. And then they just have these like troll sketchy, like funny keychains and stickers. Like it's such a contrast, but I really like it. It's a lot of good stuff. I love them. I love them too. I should have gotten you a Fat Oguri. But yeah, they had a lot of good ones. Zizzy I was talking about earlier, they're one of those booths that like I go to every year, so I pretty much have everything I want from them. But this year they had a new Dandadan one, which I really liked. You have all of the main characters like in a band together, which, you know, I really like creative stuff like that. Yeah, I thought that was very striking. Very nice art. Great use of colors, great like dynamic poses and everything. Do got to start getting some Uma merch, but for now I'm happy with my Sky. It does look really nice. And I can't believe how fast you got it. Like that shipping was like 1 day. Unless it was just a local store that you could go to. Hopefully that Sky brings you good luck in 2 hours and 20 minutes. Wow, 2 hours and 20 minutes until Saiyan Sky. I'm planning on rolling for her a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy, but I do want her, especially because she's very meta, and I like her character. So it's like a double whammy. But also, Summer Marzensky's coming pretty soon. So yeah. There was somebody else, I think, right before Summer Marzensky I wanted too. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so this artist, Kyokara, they were really good. I think I got like 10 prints from them. The Gura they actually gave me for free, which was really nice. I mean, I was talking to her for a while. She was from Germany. She traveled internationally for the con. Really nice, really friendly. Definitely recommend checking her out. But yeah, she gave me the Gura for free, so I thought that was nice. But the Fauna first caught my eye because, again, big Fauna guy, big Fauna stan. Very pretty. I was glad to pick that up. She had a really pretty CC art too, but unfortunately it sold out. So I couldn't get it. It was in stock. I was unlucky because I think I found her on the second day, and on the first day I walked past her booth and I saw the CC and it was still in stock and I wanted it. But she wasn't at the table. She was taking a bathroom break or food break, whatever it was. And I didn't make it back to her table to check it before the end of the day. And then when I went to her table on the second day, it was sold out. So I did just miss out on the CC, but I got a bunch of other good stuff. So very pretty Fauna, cute Gura. Gura, I miss you. I know, don't we all? Also got a nice Fuamoko one, which I thought was pretty cute. The Frieren Himmel is so cute. Like, look at how happy Frieren is and the big smile and everything. The flower crown. It's like, oh, if only what could have been. Now she's realizing too late this is what she wanted. Pain, but very cute art. She is just such a good artist, man. She had so many good prints. Doubled up on Apothecary Diaries. 2 very cute ones there. Fuamoko, my beloved. They're a lot of fun, too. Can't go wrong with Fuamoko. Two Dandadan prints that I thought were really nice. Again, good contrast. You have like the cute, like typical art on the right of the group shot of the main cast. And then on the left, you have the very cute chibis. Probably seeing a trend here. I got a lot of Dandadan stuff. It feels like Dandadan and VTuber are like the big recurring ones that you keep seeing. Good amount of Apothecary too, actually. And then the last couple I got from her were on the left, that's an OC. I just thought it was very pretty art. And then like a Pokemon shop in the middle, which I love Pokemon art like this, where it's just like depicting the Pokemon in the natural life with people or in the environment, whatever it is. So this is like clearly a flower shop that Poke Flowers is what they called it. So a flower shop that somebody runs and they have a bunch of Pokemon in the area, a lot of grass Pokemon. Makes sense because it looks like it's kind of near the woods and it's a flower shop. But I don't know. I love like the in IRL stuff like that. And then my boy, Ivysaur in the front. I like the shaman like grabbing the rock. Yeah, I don't know. Very cute. I think Frost would appreciate this because I know he likes the grass Pokemon a lot. But that was Kyokara. Again, super talented. A lot of cute art. Definitely recommend giving them a follow. Sarah Fleur, I found after that. I believe she signed all of my prints, actually, which was cool. So I got a nice Frieren Fern. These have more of, like, a realistic look to them, which you don't see as often. But I thought it was done really well. Like, it's a good melding of, like, the realistic with the anime style. So very pretty Frieren and Fern. And then I also got a nice Momo, and goddamn, that Lucy one is like one of my favorite prints I got from the whole convention. That is so fucking good. Like the expression, the hair flowing, the background, like everything about that is 10 out of 10. So I believe it was just those 4 from Sarah Fleur, but great stuff. Another yawn, oh no. I always freeze. Oh, it's because I covered my face while I was yawning. Mako House, again. Another artist who I've seen at a ton of conventions. I've gotten a ton of prints from them over the last 6 years, so it's pretty much whenever I see new stuff that I like. And in this case, they had a cute Dandadan and a cute Dungeon Meshi one. So I picked up both of those. The Dungeon Meshi one, I think, is kind of a reference to when they're all falling in the opening. But I like that they had, like, the familiars and whatnot. Which, if you've watched Dungeon Meshi, you probably recognize them. And then just a cute Dandadan art. I also got, these are smaller size from them, but the Apothecary Diaries one, I wanted in the full size like these, but I think they had sold out, so I had to settle for a smaller size. And then the 2 in the middle are OCs. They're all different sizes, actually. This is the full size. The Apothecary is like a medium size. Then the very like pink red one in the middle is a small size. And the one on the right of that is a postcard. Yeah, the 2 middle ones are their OCs, which I also thought were very cute art. And the Apothecary one is just... whew, boy, do I ship it. I still have to watch season 2. Emuchi, I got a lot of stuff from Emuchi, so this is going to be a few slides, but I picked up 2 prints from them. A really cute mint on the left. Emuchi is also a VTuber, I found out after the fact, when I was looking up the artists to like tag them and stuff. She does a lot of art streams, which was cool. And then Saber from Fate, of course, with all of the other main characters and the food in the back, because Saber's a glutton. So those were both really cute. Got a bunch of stickers and keychains and stuff from them, so I have a big mint sticker. And then I got 4 Doros. We got McQueen, Teo, Rudolph, and Saber Doros. And then at the top, we have 3 Fate keychains. So that's Musashi, Castoria, and then another Musashi, but it's like kind of a meme in the FGO community. There's a giant plushie of it. It's just called Musashi-chan. So I have the actual big plushie. It's a big plushie. It's like the size of a pillow. Yeah, I thought it was cute they had a keychain version. So I think it's not the exact same. Very similar mint art, but different expression. But I really like the Doro stickers. Those were, I eat up the Doro stuff. And then I also got a mint t-shirt from them. I got it in a large instead of I normally wear medium. So I probably should have got it in medium, but I was like, I don't know, maybe it will shrink. So maybe I'll get a large instead, just in case it shrinks a little bit. But I thought that was a really nice mint t-shirt. The left is the front, the right is the back. Castoria. There's a Star Rail character named that. Really? Castoria? Interesting. Cute. I thought so too. They had a lot of really nice shirts, but the mint one was... oh, she's saying weh at the top. I know you like saying that. How fitting. Yeah, I had a really good haul from Emuchi. I accidentally ended up with 2 of the Saber stickers too. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the other Saber one. Like the Saber Doro. Maybe I could just give it away at some point. Mail it off. So... Oh, you actually bought the shirt too? Oh, the way thing. Picked it up from her. I see. For a second, I thought you meant you bought the shirt from the artist. Whoopsie grade. Oh, Castor East. I've heard that name. Zaijobu, I found after that. So in the middle here, we have a really cute Bochi one. I think that was the only Bochi print I bought this year. There wasn't as much Bochi stuff, which makes sense, but there is Season 2 confirmed, so I'm sure once Season 2 comes out, there will be a lot more Bochi stuff. And then that was a cute Pokemon one under that. Jesse and James and Meowth and the Big Blimp. Kind of sad when you think about it, because the voice actors for Jesse and James have both passed away now. I believe last summer, the voice actor for Jesse and Misty passed away. And then this summer, the voice actor for James and Meowth passed away. I believe he did James and Meowth. It might have just been James, but I think it was both. So the art is kind of sad knowing that, like the three of them in the balloon, and you have like the ghost Pokemon with them. I don't know if that's intentional. I didn't ask the artist, but like the Drifblim and the Misdreavus and like, I don't know. It's Team Rocket blasting off for the last time in a way. You know, big part of the childhood and everything. But it was really pretty art. And then the top left is actually Blue Box, which I don't think I've talked about it on stream a whole lot, but Blue Box, the manga, is one of my all-time favorite manga. It's a fantastic romance. It got an anime last fall, which was like 25 episodes. Season 2 is already confirmed. I've started the anime. I haven't finished it yet. I think it's a great adaptation so far. So I'm a humongous Blue Box fan. Chinatsu and Taiki, the main like characters in this, one of my all-time favorite ships. Chinatsu's one of my best girls. Like Taiki's one of my best guys. They're such good characters. It's such a good romance. Great like development. I fucking love the series. This was the only Blue Box thing I saw in the entire Artist Alley. I was so bummed that there weren't more artists picking that up, but I was really glad. I saw it and I thought it was Blue Box, but I was like in disbelief. I was like, wait, does somebody actually have it? And I asked the artist, I was like, what series is that? I just want to confirm. And he said Blue Box. I was like, oh my God, you're the GOAT for making a Blue Box print. So I definitely was happy to pick that up. Missed those two? Me too. Just such a big part of our childhoods. After them, I found Obori Designs, which had some cute stuff. So I got a Silent Suzuka, as well as a Marine. I thought both of those were pretty cute. There was not a whole lot of Marine stuff. I was kind of surprised. I feel like ever since Dress Up Darling first aired, like Marine art has been a staple of Artist Alley. Like, she's a super popular character. You get a lot of people cosplaying her, a lot of art. I mean, I guess it has been a couple years, but at the same time, Season 2 is airing right now, so I wouldn't be surprised to see like a resurgence next year. How would you rate the anime having read the manga? So the anime, I'm only like, I think about 10 episodes in. Like, as an adaptation, I would say it's a solid like 9 out of 10. Like, the character designs really pop in color and animated. The voice acting, I think, is really fitting for all the characters. They're not skipping anything that I've noticed. It's been a really, really good adaptation. I'm going to have to wait until I finish the season to say if I prefer the anime, because the manga I've been reading literally since the first chapter. I've read the one-shot before it was even serialized, and I was like, this was a fantastic one-shot. I would love if it became a full series, and then it did, like a year later. So I've been like super OG on the manga, and I'm very happy with the anime so far. Highly recommend. Whether you like anime or manga or both, whatever your preferred medium is, I think it's worth reading or watching. I also got a Chiaki print from Danganronpa. That was the only Danganronpa thing I bought, and one of the only Danganronpa things I saw like the entire convention. But I got a cute Chiaki from them. And then I also got 3 Hololive keychains that I thought were super cute. Bay, Iris, and Fauna. Chiaki, yeah. Great character, one of my favorite Danganronpa ones. My favorite Danganronpa girl is Kyoko, though. And I, like, never see art of her. Art or merch. What the heck? Where's the Kyoko art? We're making pretty good time. We're going to finish with time to spare. After Obori Designs, I found Tim YRT. So this was interesting because all of his prints were like square instead of the tip. Like most prints are either 11 by 17. Most prints are 11 by 17. That's like the common size. Sometimes you have 13 by 19 if they're the big size. This guy's were like 12 by 12 or something, which is very atypical for a print size, but I thought it was kind of cool because you don't see the square compositions very often. So I got a handful of things from him. These were two nice Freerin ones, again, kind of dealing with the whole like memories and everything. The left I thought was really nice, like Freerin going in the opposite direction of her party mates because, you know, the two on the right, Himmel, and I'm blanking on the priest's name, have both passed away as of the first couple episodes. And then the dwarf is a lot, I forget his name too. Oh, Eisen? He's a lot older too. Who knows how long he's gonna be around. So I think them going in the opposite direction of Freerin is nice from like kind of a storytelling thing. She's continuing on with life. They're all either dead or at the end of theirs. And then on the right, I think is really cute because it's like Freerin's, one, her little smile. Like she looks very happy and content. Two, the way that her hands are placed, it kind of looks like she's holding on to like the memory or the scene. And then in the scene, it's Freerin, Fern, Stark, and Sign. Is Sign his name? I might be getting that wrong. But again, it's like you have her past adventure on the left in the past. She's treasuring her current adventure. I really liked that. It's a nice pair of art. The left one makes me want to cry in sadness. You're telling me, man. I feel it. I also got Dandadan and Apothecary. Again, some of my these are like three of my favorites from the past year. So, really nice Dandadan group shot. I like, you know, Momo being badass at the front, Ira, you know, blushing and, you know, trying to grab onto Okarun. He's more concerned with all the crazy shit happening as usual. Yeah, Gigi just being a goon. And then a cute Apothecary one. I like that. Again, just kind of group shot, casual day. Mama having a snack while Jinshi's just happy to be there and petting the cat and her friend is there. Like, I don't know. These are both cute group arts. They also had an Uma Musume art, which I was obviously glad to see. Again, I really like the storytelling kind of in it. Spee and Suzuka at the front. You know, Spee obviously looks up to Suzuka. They're good friends. Gold Ship being a troll and annoying McQueen in the background. Teo thinks it's funny. And then in the back left, you can barely see them, but you have Vodka and Scarlet in their little rivalry. So I thought that was nice. Just they fit a lot of characters in and just nice like pairings and character moments and stuff. The one on the right, I believe, is an OC. But I thought that was cute. Lucid Sky. So Lucid Sky had some bangers for Prince. Lucid Sky is another one who I go to every single year. They always have amazing art, and every year they always have new stuff that I want to get. Very impressive how good their quality is and how fast they can churn out good stuff before every convention I go to that they're at. So there's two Nimi ones. I really like the Lifeguard one. She only recently revealed that model too, but that's a damn good Nimi art. And I like that it's Nimi Geographic. Like set up like the National Geographic art and everything. I really liked that. The Freerin one I thought was super pretty. And then I also got a few others. A nice Iris, cute Fuamoko, and then a new Dandadan one that they had. So what do you know? VTubers Frieren, Dandadan. Shocker! I keep picking up stuff from those series. I also got some Dandadan, like, small things from them. So, on the left, that's an acrylic stand, and it's like a 3D acrylic stand. So it has multiple layers. So, like, the Momo, Okarun, and the grandma, the cat, are in the front layer, and then there's a second stand, which is the UFO, and that goes in the back layer. So I kind of like the 3D stand thing. On the right, those are two keychains, Okarun and Momo. Super cute. But what I thought was extra cute about those keychains is they actually have magnets in the hand. So I tried kind of putting them together to show it. But it's like magnetic hand holding. So if I took them out of the package, their hands would attach together like they're holding hands. I thought that was a super just like novel idea to have them attached like that. Super cute. I mean, they're a big ship of mine. They won the best ship award last year. So I thought that was really cute. And I believe that was it for Lucid Sky. It was. Okay, Yueko was next. So again, very popular and prolific artist. I think she has like at least a few 100,000 followers on Twitter. Like, huge artist. Another booth who I see at a lot of conventions, and I've kind of bought most things I want from them at this point. But they did have some new stuff this year, so I picked up the Dandadan and Apothecary. Shocker, I keep buying those series. And it was a buy two get one, so I picked my free one as this Final Fantasy VII one. I don't really know the context because I haven't played Final Fantasy VII, but I thought it was really pretty art, so I got that one. I really like her whole style and the way she uses colors and everything. She did sign the Momo one as well. You can kind of see it in the bottom right corner. And then I mentioned acrylic blocks earlier. So I got 2 acrylic blocks from her, which one of them is a Frieren one. I have the Frieren print already. I got it either at like Anime Boston or Anime NYC. I don't know, but I already have the Frieren print. The blocks are cool because they're like 3D also. So it's kind of hard to tell here, but there's multiple layers that the art is printed on. So like on the left, Momo is on the front layer, and then Okarun and the effects and stuff are on the back layer. On the right, the main party, Frieren, Fern, and Stark, they're on the front layer, and the party is in the back layer. So I tried to take some pictures kind of showing that it's 3D, but in person it looks really cool because you actually get like, it turns a flat, like this flat Momo art on the left into an actual 3D thing, which has depth and everything. It's really cool to actually see in person, but it's really hard to show it. So I tried taking pictures from the side to show like, or better illustrate that there's multiple layers to it. But it's a really cool idea. His account manager is sweating. Yeah, I mean, the way I justify it is it's one time a year. It's kind of like Christmas to me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let myself do what I want and get what I want. This is my... You made it to this point this year. You know you love it. Enjoy it. Pororo and Alpaca. So there are 2 artists that share a booth together. I think there are a couple. I'm not 100% sure, but I got some stuff from them last year. They had some nice stuff this year. The Frieren on the left is like, oh, what the Frieren doing with all of these mimics that look very hungry? It's something. But I like that. I like the expression a lot too. The middle is Bunny Miku. I think that's the rabbit hole Miku is where that's from. Really nice art. And then the right is Ryza. The Ryza one is actually a smaller print. It's not the same size as the other ones, but I blew it up to be the same size just for the sake of the picture. But really nice art, very colorful, really pops. But yeah, I think the Ryza's face too. Like the expressions in all three of these are really nice. Oimo Buster. So Oimo is super popular for like VTuber stuff. They do a lot of mint art. But they had some Uma stuff. So I pretty much went for the Teo trifecta here. I got a Teo print, a Teo standee, which is the same art as the print, and then a Teo keychain. They had a ton of really good mint stuff. I didn't pick up anything outside of the Teo stuff. If I did get the mint stuff, I'm not sure it would have made the slideshow. It's a little, well, I mean, if you know Oimo, you know. They did have a really good Nimi, like, acrylic stand, but it was sold out when I went up to buy it when I was getting the Teo stuff, and as I was, like, telling him what I wanted, I noticed that the Nimi was sold out. It's like, damn it. The Nimi one was so good. What can you do? Gray Pigeon I found next. Beautiful art. They had a ton of Arknight stuff. Most of their art was Arknights. Again, I don't really know Arknights, but that iris, really, really, really pretty. The Mika from Blue Archive, that's the first Blue Archive thing I have in this whole... It might be the only Blue Archive thing I bought. Really pretty Mika. And then the right is, I think, Firefly from Star Rail. The Mika and the Firefly are both holographic again. You can see the border is kind of lit up. That's the holographic for those. Very pretty art. I really like their style. I wish I knew Arknights better because they had a lot of good art of just characters that I didn't know beyond like, oh, I think it's Arknights. They were giving away free stickers if you were cosplaying Arknights. Like, I don't know. They must be a huge fan. But yeah, really good art. Only 20k pyros. Only 20k. I haven't logged into Blue Archive in weeks, honestly. Dress Sayori's coming pretty soon. I want her, but I've just been so focused on Uma that I haven't had time for like anything else. Any other gacha. I probably only have like 1,000 pyros right now, so I'm not getting anybody anytime soon. Bun sketches I thought had some pretty cute stuff. So the top, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Those are like your 3 friends, companion characters. I thought that was a cute art. And then the bottom, a couple keychains. Nijika from Bochi. Nijika is my favorite from Bochi. I thought that was really cute. And Bulbasaur, my OG starter. One of my favorite Pokemon ever. So those were pretty cute. Blamed this cashew in chat. Yeah. This guy's offhand comment about Uma Musume in a Discord message one day while I was at work was the end of it all. Before I knew it, I was in the rabbit hole, and it was all I was playing. We're actually, I think, very close to the end. Drowsy Boy, I don't think I had seen them before, but I got a Nimi, Shiori, and Rice there. You might have seen the Rice earlier. It was in one of the Artist Alley pictures I took. The Rice and the Nimi are both holographic again. You can kind of see it. But all the shiny stuff around Nimi and Rice are both holographic parts. I also got a wall scroll of the Nimi. They were doing the same kind of deal as the other thing where, like, if you got, I don't know, it was like $70 of stuff. So for me, it was like, I think I got a few prints and then some keychains which hit that threshold. So then you get a free wall scroll. So I picked the Nimi, the same thing. It's just not holographic as a wall scroll. It was a cute Shiori, cute Nimi, cute Rice. It had a really nice Beirus, but since it was buy two get one, and I really just wanted like the 4 things, it was like, well, unfortunately something gets cut. I also got a few keychains from them, so I got some Uma keychains that I thought were pretty cute. McQueen, Teo, Rice, and Urara. I very much like how happy Urara looks. And McQueen's expression is... I really like it. But those were cute keychains. Jean Pansy? John Pansy? So, I believe this artist, her and the Tim YRT guy that I saw earlier, they make up a group together called like Takosumi or something like that. But they each had their own booth. So I'm assuming they were each selling like their own art at their respective booths. So from Jean Pansy, I picked up 3 prints. The left is the main couple from, or the main ship couple, whatever you want to call it. It's from a manga. I don't know if it has an anime announced, but it's from a manga called The Guy I Was Interested In. The guy I was interested in wasn't a guy at all. It's a Yuri rom-com, or just a Yuri romance. Really cute. I've been reading it for a while. There was a decent amount of art, actually, of this series. But it's nice. I thought that was a good art. Golden Kamui on the right. I'm a big Golden Kamui fan. Never see art of it. So I was shocked when I walked past and I saw a Golden Kamui art. Very excited for the final season, which is announced, but, you know, also sad that it's the final season. But happy that it's getting a complete adaptation. So that was a really pretty art. And then the other one I got was Skippin' Loafer. Cute rom-com. I think it has a season 2 announced. I'd have to double check. Yeah, that's a good series. Very colorful art. Psychedelia? I assume it's Psychedelia. So I had a picture of this artist's booth earlier. They had a lot of really nice Genshin art. The left is Yoimiya. The right, I can't remember her name. I know I saw it earlier, but I can't remember it. But I really liked her outfit. Very Leo core. And again, it was a buy two get one, so I was like, you know what? I like her outfit the best. I like the fit. Kokomi, yes, that's the name. If I went on a date and the girl showed up in that outfit, I would be very happy. She would look very cute. That's very good. I like it a lot. And then the third one I got from them was at the top. I believe Ayaka is the girl in the middle. I don't know the two guys' names. I think the one on the left is her sibling or something. I thought that was a really cute, like, selfie picture. And then 3 Dandadan stickers. The main trio. Thought those were pretty cute. Hint, hint, ladies. Yes. Dropping hints like it's my job. I ain't got time to date. I got Umas to train. What are we talking about? Speaking of Umas to train, gelatin cups. I got this sticker. Amazing. I thought that was super cute. Always happy to see a happy Urara. Happy Haru, whatever of the two names you pick. I don't actually know which of the two is, like, you know, with like Meijiro McQueen, like, you say McQueen. With Tokai Teo, you say Teo. Like, I don't know if you should be saying Haru or Urara. I've heard both. So, you know, I don't know what, like, the one to use is. I usually say Urara, but I don't know. Either way, super cute sticker. Ayato on the left, Toma on the right. Okay. Ayato, the name sounds familiar. Hello, Tim. Welcome to the stream. Hope it's going well. Gelatin is made out of horse hooves. Just like glue, huh? Takida 185. I think Takida-san is like the name of the actual like account or artist. But their tag is Takida 185. So I got 3 things from them. A little bit of a spooky, intimidating Nimi. Really nice Shiori. That was the main thing I wanted. And then they had this Bayris. That was kind of cute. Have access to emotes now? Yeah, you got the gift membership. Heard both, whatever's comfortable, as long as you aren't doing something like calling one Meijiro, because that's not going to help anyone. Yeah, right? I've seen people do that before. I assume just because the Meijiro part comes first in the name. But that doesn't mean anything when there's like 7 Meijiros. Talking about McQueen or Brian or Palmer or Dober or who? Yeah, nice little selection there. And then Dark Gray Clouds, who I got a few keychains from. Cute Fauna, a nice cute Dandadan one, and then another Urara. And then you were also able to pick a free ribbon. So I picked a Man I Love Nimi ribbon. Another good one. Better than tissues, at least. And that was it for all the merch I picked up. So I didn't expect to finish 45 minutes before I typically end stream. But these are the stats if you were curious about what series or characters I got the most things of. This is only prints. It doesn't count keychains and stickers and stuff. But if we're just talking prints and the series, Hololive was number 1 at 15. Dandadan number 2 at 13. A two-way tie for number 3 with indie VTubers, basically meaning Nimi or Mint, at 10 and Freerin at 10. And then a two-way tie for 5 with Fate or Uma Musume both at 8. Probably no surprise with any of those being some of my top ones. And then the top 5 characters I got the most prints of. This is if they were the only character. If it was a group picture, I didn't count it. So like Freerin, I have multiple prints where Freerin is like in it with other characters. Didn't count it as Freerin. This is only if it's a solo character. Nimi was dominantly in first at 8. Momo from Dandadan at 2nd with 5. Iris with 4. And then a two-way tie for 4th. Shiori with 3 and Freerin with 3. Pretty much the exact same thing again. You got Indie VTuber, Dandadan, Hololive, Freerin. Which, what do you know? The exact same as my other 4. Or my other top 4. Makes sense that it would be the same. No Cashew Zero merch? No, I was on the hunt. But unfortunately, I didn't run into any. I would have bought up the whole stock if I did. And that's my whole presentation. I thought this would take me the whole stream. So now I have like 45 minutes to kill. All in all, very good Anime NYC. I had a lot of fun at the convention. I think the art selection this year was great. I'm very happy with the prints I picked up. The Hololive concerts were awesome. And then, you know, like I mentioned, I also went to the West Coast to see some friends. That was fun. Nice to see my college buddies again. Went to Vegas. That was fun to explore a little bit and see what it's all about. Played some blackjack. Came out positive, which was good. What are your plans for next week? That's a good question. I haven't fully decided, but I guess we could kind of talk about it and figure it out since I have 45 minutes. Before I do that, I'm going to take a quick idle meeting and hit the restroom quick. But I will be back hopefully in under a minute, but I tend to underestimate myself. So it's probably going to be more like 80 seconds knowing me. And I'm going to try for under a minute, damn it. BRB. If I can find my BRB thing. There it is. Okay, BRB. All right, I'm back. I'm assuming that was probably around 80 seconds. Did you visit the mole people of Vegas? I didn't. I wasn't aware they existed, but that sounds very interesting. Whenever I go next, I think I'm going to have to look for them. As long as they're not scary. Minute 50. Really? Almost 2 minutes? That sucks. What am I, a fucking sloth? No pot of greed? My supplier got pickles on her burger and couldn't make it to the con? No! That's sad. Okay, so I want to pull up a calendar so I can draw on it. And I think we tried doing this before, and I couldn't get the paint application to actually capture or something. But we'll try. We'll see if I can get something that I can draw on. So I need September and October calendars because images. Actually, I guess I could just take a screenshot of the calendar application. That would work better. Why'd it just close itself when I opened it? Is my calendar app... Why is it opening Outlook? I want to open calendar. Excuse me? Why do I have to open Outlook to open calendar? That doesn't make any sense. Let's try this again. Calendar. Okay, there we go. Why is it opening Outlook again? What the hell? Windows Mail and Calendar are no longer supported. Oh my god, you have to open Outlook to have a calendar? That's so stupid. How do you not just have a calendar application in Windows? Vegas has tunnels underneath the city that allows floodwater to pass through. A lot of homeless. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Did you meet Scourge? I didn't get to meet Scourge, unfortunately. I met him at a previous Anime NYC. I think 2 years ago. I think NYC 2023. I met him. We had talked about potentially meeting up this year, but I think we kind of altered. Like, I was at the Hololive concert. He went to some AMV thing. He went to a creator meetup while I was shopping. Like, I feel like the schedules didn't quite line up. And then it got too late, and he was only going the one day. So I didn't get to meet up with him this time. Unfortunately. Alright, so I guess Windows Calendar is a bust. So let's look for an actual calendar picture I can download. September 2025. That's a nice looking calendar. Save image. WebP? No. Can I save it as a JPEG? Come on. I hate WebP. I hate it. At least it's compatible with things most of the time. October 2025. There we go. Download that. Oh, another WebP. What a shocker. September. Okay, so I downloaded the pictures. Let's try and figure out what games we'll play the rest of this month and next month. Together! Windows thought it would be cute if it had all these stupid things it could do instead of being a simple calendar. Yeah, pretty much. It's like, oh yeah, no, you can't open the calendar app. Actually, you have to use the calendar that's integrated in Outlook. So I opened Outlook and it was like, oh, let's set up an account. Like, oh my god, I have to set up an account just to use Outlook and look at a calendar? What the hell? Making everything way harder than, like on Mac, which is what I usually use when I'm not streaming. There's just a calendar app you can open. Easy peasy. You don't need to jump through hoops. Yo, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad to be back. Alright, let's see if I can get paint to show up. Because last time it did not want to show up. If I do window capture, is it going to be a black screen of death like it was last time? It's a black screen of death. Oh! Okay. Beautiful. All right, let's talk about what I was thinking and what we could potentially play for this month. So let's cross off the days that have already passed. Boom, boom, boom. Whoop, that was kind of a big line. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll put A, N, Y, C. So we did the recap today. Calendar that's at the bottom corner when you click the date and it opens up. You check the settings, just uncheck all the... Oh, you can do that? Okay. I ended up finding this grab calendar website that had very basic PNGs I could download, which is very nice. Okay, so I haven't finalized what I'm going to play. The thing that I have to keep in mind is that I'm going to prioritize the new games that come out that I want to play. Because, as I've talked about before, when you're streaming, it's in your best interest to prioritize new stuff that people are actively searching for that you can potentially get more hits on. So I'm trying to work around the new stuff. So, like, for example, on the 25th of September, right here, that's when Silent Hill F comes out. And I am planning on playing Silent Hill F on stream. So... But the thing is, right, I need to talk to Zero to confirm it, but the plan is that we're going to resume Halo. Now that I'm back, I would assume we're going to resume Halo. So let's assume that on the 11th, which is Thursday, we're going to pick back up with Halo 2. So let's say that takes 3 weeks to beat. So then, like, December 2nd down here, we would just go into Halo 3. Like, I think our plan is that we're just going to keep playing through Halo. So we finished 1. I think we're going to be doing 2, 3, ODST, and Reach. I don't know if we're going past the Bungie games, but I think we're going to be doing those 4. So just assume that Thursdays, at least for the time being until we finish those, are going to be Halos. Halo 3 is actually pretty short. Is it like a... I guess that's going to be like, is it a 2 or 3 stream kind of game? Because Halo 1 was easily a 2 stream. I think I looked up and 2 was a little longer, like 12 hours or something, so I'm assuming that's going to be a 3 streamer. I know ODST is pretty short. That's probably a 2 streamer. So... definitely want to get the boys together for more Helldivers at some point. Yeah, me too. I thought that was a lot of fun last week, or right before I left, and I know they just dropped a big like expansion thing that has new places you can fight the bugs and whatnot. So that would be fun. Obviously, it's UMA 5 times a week. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I believe I have plans this Saturday. Normally, Saturday is a stream day for me. So I don't think... Like, I would have liked to start a new game on Saturday, but I don't think I'm going to have time. So I'm going to assume Saturday is a not stream day. Typically, the stream days are Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday and Tuesday are pretty hard sells because I work in office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So like Monday and Tuesday nights are rough because I have to wake up early Tuesday, Wednesday morning. And I like taking Friday off as like a break day. But if I need to, I can stream on Fridays semi-often. You can be ODST and Helldivers now. If only I could play the game. Oh, what consoles do you have, Tim? As gaming options? I didn't remember for Ari or Kiwami. That's what I was thinking about. I was actually... Well, I guess I'll explain as I go through it. But I was trying to see if I can fit at least one of those in. PS4. Oh, yeah, it's on what? PS5, Series X, and PC only? Um, so I wanted to start a new game on Saturday the 13th, but I don't think I'm going to have time because I have some plans. So where's my mouse? Here. Okay. So then if I look back at like Silent Hill F is on the 25th, right? I ideally want to play that game at night rather than during the day. But since it comes out on Thursday and Thursday's already taken by Halo and I want to start playing it sooner, I'm probably going to have to do a bonus Friday stream that week, where on Friday I would do Silent Hill F. But it's not going to perpetually be a Friday game. It would just be because I want to start playing it soon after it comes out, and I don't really want to play it during the day. So I think after the first week, then it's going to become my Wednesday game. Wednesday nights. So it's probably going to be Wednesday nights are going to be Silent Hill. Halo is going to continue through Thursdays. So that leaves me with, like, in the middle here, the 10th, 17th, and 14th. I have 3 Wednesdays. So I could play one game that takes 3 weeks to finish, 3 streams to finish. Or I could do multiple shorter games, like a 2 and a 1 or 3 1s or something like that. But I can only fit a maximum 3 stream game here. Otherwise, I have to start adding in streams to weeks, which I don't really want to do because then it gets to be a little too much for me. So I have to look at my list and figure out what can I do in 3 streams. I had been thinking Resident Evil 0, but the original Resident Evil took me 4 streams. So if I can't be confident that I can finish it in 3, I don't know if I want to commit to it. But that is what I had initially been thinking. Then there's also Saturdays, which are during the week, which right now it looks open, but again, like let's say I'm going to take blue. So on, where's my mouse? Right here, October 2nd, 1 week after Silent Hill F comes out, that's when Ghost of Yotei comes out. And I definitely plan on playing it, and I would like to do it on stream. So assuming I do it on stream, because Wednesday and Thursday are already taken, and Sunday is too short of a time, chances are Ghost of Yotei would become the Saturday game. And continue on from there on. Which then, you know, that only leaves me with 2 Saturdays, the 20th and 27th. So, like, I can only fit a 2 streamer or 2 1-stream games in the Saturday slot. Sunday is always going to be pretty open, but Sundays I typically only stream 2 to 5. Occasionally I'll do like 1 to 5 if I need a little extra time, but it's not for like too long, you know? And then again, can I have 2 paint windows? I can have 2 paint windows. Okay. I want to pull October up at the same time. So then I want to add another paint 2. This one. All right. So now I have an October one. Almost 800? Yeah, I think I was at 799 last time I checked. Very close to 800. Which is exciting. Alright, so now I have September and October both pulled up. So let's fill in October again a little bit. So let's say like the blue one is going to be Ghost of Yotei, so that would go here, GOY. This one is a way lower resolution than the other one. Ghost of Yotei is probably going to be like a 6 streamer if I had to guess. That's probably continuing just as a perpetual Saturday game. Thursday, you know, let's say we start Halo 3 this day. I'm just going to do H3. I'm gonna assume that's a 3-streamer. Maybe it will be shorter. Then we're probably gonna be going into like ODST. That's probably a 2-streamer. So Thursdays are taken for all of October. Saturday's taken for all of October. But the thing, oh yeah, and then right here, you're gonna have Silent Hill F. I'm assuming Silent Hill 2 took me, I think, 5 streams. I wouldn't be surprised if it's about the same amount of time. So let's assume that that takes me like through there. It might take a little bit longer. So October is pretty much already fully booked up when you look at it like that. Silent Hill on Wednesdays, Halo on Thursdays, Ghost of Yotei on Saturdays. So what's left? Well, on the 16th right here of October, the new Pokemon comes out, Pokemon Legends ZA, and I'm definitely playing that, which means starting on this Sunday, which is my only other open day, that's probably going to be Pokemon Day. And then that's probably going to continue through like all of November. However, I don't really want to do it on Sunday. Is a nice day to do like chill stuff or one-off stuff. So it's like, you know, Uma or Nikkei, or, you know, like if I have that schedule, I have no room for any gacha games, for any just chatting streams, for any one-off games. Like that books everything. So I think what I would realistically end up doing is keeping the Sunday open. See, but then I would have 5 stream days in a row. That's a lot. I would probably play Pokemon as like a one-off on Friday here, just because I'm really going to want to play it. See, what I would like to do is replace the Wednesday Silent Hill once I finish that with Pokemon, and then have it continue in that slot. But then Pokemon's going to be moving around. And if I have Pokemon on Fridays, that's like, then I'm going to have 5 streams in a row. That's kind of a lot. Took me a bit under 6 hours to hit credits on Titanfall 2, so it's a 1 long stream game. 6 is pretty doable. I feel like I hit 6 pretty often on like Thursday and Saturday. Definitely doable. RE0 and 3 streams might be pushing it. OG2 and 3 are back on PS catalog now. Oh yeah, I remember you mentioned that they were going to hit it, or hit catalog. I don't think I have that level of PS Plus, so I would have to bump it up. Are the originals shorter than the remakes? Almost 800. Oh, I saw that one. So let's say, in theory, Pokemon is the 17th and 24th. If it's not the 17th and 24th, if I don't do it on those Fridays because it feels like too much, then instead, I would do it on the Sunday, the 19th and 26th, and then I would start on the 29th with more Pokemon. But I feel like Pokemon is a good like night game. Like I did Pokemon on Wednesday nights before, and those did really well. Like it was a good turnout. People were generally around for it. I believe I was doing, actually I might have been doing it on Thursdays. But either way, it was doing well at that time slot, so I kind of want to do Pokemon at that slot again if I can. Which is why I'd prefer not to do it during my Sunday day streams. So if you look at those then, it's like, so just assume that, you know, Mondays and Tuesdays aren't going to happen. Because I need some time off. Oops. I need some time off to make my thumbnails for the rest of the week and to rest my throat and stuff. You can already see how my week is filling in super fast just because of the new games. So I kind of leave myself Sunday as like a flex spot for like more chill stuff. Which basically means, what color haven't I used? Orange. So like right here, sorry, not Friday. right here on Saturday, the 20th to the 27th, I have room for either 2 1-stream games or 1 2-stream game. And then on Wednesday, the 10th to the 24th, I have room for a 3-stream, a 2 and a 1, or 3 1s. You can also purchase them for about 10, but they are. I'd probably just purchase them then, because I don't really want to bump up my PS Plus if I can avoid it. I'm fine with the basic tier. And $10 isn't bad. I would still prefer to play the remakes, but good to know that they're short. Little Nightmares, that is on my list. But yeah, I like leaving the Sundays open as like, if I want to play Nikke, if I want to play Uma, if I want to play P5X, if I want to do a just chatting stream, if I want to do a puzzle thing, if I want to do a collab, like whatever it is, it's nice to have Sunday as like a chill flex spot. So it's like, okay, what game could I do in 3 streams? And what game could I do in 2? Originally, what I wanted to do was Kiwami on Saturdays. That's what I was thinking like a week ago when I was on the plane and looking at my schedule. It was like, if I could start Kiwami on the 13th, which now I can't because I have plans on the day, then I could have done that like 13, 20, 27. I think it's like a 30. I think when I looked it up, it was like a 30-hour game. So let's say 6 5-hour streams, which is what I typically do on Saturdays. So it'd be like 13, 20, 27. That's 3 out of the 5. Sorry, that's 5 out of the 6 that I would need. Then like Ghost of Yote, I could have done on the 3rd instead of the 4th. I could have basically done Kiwami from 13, 20, 27 for 11, 18. Like from mid-September to mid-October. But then that leaves me with, what do I do with Ghost of Yote? Because that would conflict with 3 to 4 weeks. And I don't want to put that off. So Little Nightmares 3. There's a 3rd one? I didn't even know there was a 3rd one announced. I saw they announced a new Plague Tale, actually. I still have to play the 2nd one of those. Use the 5 free days in September to focus on Kiwami. That's true, too. I could double up on the same game. Just if I want to get through it. Which with 3 Wednesdays and 2 Saturdays, I would probably need 1 more day to finish it. I doubt I could do it in... I feel like that's going to be a 6 streamer. So, I mean, I would just have to find a 6 day somewhere, which is doable. Could be a random Friday, could use one of the Sundays to finish it off. Because Sunday is the flex spot. So 5 is doable. Or well, 6 is doable, but using those 5 is an option. Or in theory, like starting in November, I should free up more at least, because... Well, would I? So like in November, I'm done with Silent Hill, but then Pokemon takes its place. Halo would continue probably through the end of November. But I think after November, we'll be done with Halo. Ghost of Yote, I'll probably finish in the first couple weeks of November, which would open up Saturday again. And then once I finish Pokemon, that opens up... So basically starting in December, all of my days should be open again. I definitely want to finish at least 1 more Yakuza before I hit my like busy award season, assuming I do awards again, which as long as nothing crazy happens, I would like to do. I would like to finish 1 more Yakuza before then if I can. Which would either have to mean doubling up for multiple weeks this month, or doing it in like December. And then I'll have a pretty open calendar. So I should be able to pretty easily finish one like 5-6 weeks in a row, December into January. Which is definitely doable. Depends on how much side content. Kiwami's pretty close to the PS2 original minimum amounts of fluff. Yeah, I think I saw 30 to 35 hours, which is totally fine by me. That's like the ideal amount of time for a game. Where's my backlog theme? Because I know I have all the games that are in my list in there. And I think I have it so I can sort by time to beat. Backlog, okay. So I want to pull this over to this screen. Am I able to open this in a new window, potentially? I'm rusty with OBS. Close out of that. I want to do window capture. You see, thought Unbeatable was coming out next month. It's yeah, November. I think it's like early to mid-November. That is on my list though. I want to try that. That looks pretty fun. Just cut out that. We really only need to see this stuff. All right, so starting Yakuza Journey. I mean, I don't want to speak for Cashew, but I feel like those games are probably too long for him. I know Cashew likes to play stuff that's on the shorter side, at least on stream. Too scared, those are a big, yeah. Let's see. So these are my backlog games. So I have, so this column is how many hours it would take me to beat, and then this column is, in theory, assuming like a 4.5 to 5 hour stream, how many streams would it take me to beat it? So like, Chrono Trigger is pretty up there on my list. I definitely want to play Chrono Trigger. 26-ish hours, that's like probably 5 streams. I should probably do divide by 5 instead of 4.5 because most of my streams are 5. Let's just apply that to the whole row. Okay. Yeah, so Chrono Trigger drops to 5 hours there. So like Chrono Trigger definitely high up on there. But again, it's 5 streams, which is like a little harder to find the time for. I should probably maybe I should zoom in. Make it a little easier to read. So like if we're looking, I would probably prefer to not have to double up on a game. So I would probably target Kiwami as November or December whenever I finish up. Probably whenever I finish Ghost of Yotei. Just have that be my new Saturday game. Because I really liked, I think Yakuza 0 in my Saturday slot, I liked at that time. And it seemed to work well for people who liked watching those games. So if I could do it on Saturdays again, that would be preferable. So I think doing it after Yotei is probably the move I would go. What was the upcoming games? Digimon Story I'm interested in. See, the Trails remake I also want to play, but it didn't have super high interest, so I don't know. Nothing else major. But then there was some indie stuff. Union Syndrome is on the 30th. Unbeatable on the 6th. Nothing else crazy. So Let's sort streams to beat. Oh, let's sort by time to beat. You can just ignore the zeros. All right. So if I'm looking for something that would be basically anything from here on is anywhere from 1 to 3 streams. Anything that you see on here. What would be a good 2 streamer or 3 streamer or a 1 streamer? Greece, I hear a lot of good things about. Firewatch seems like a pretty classic stream game that I still haven't gotten around to. Limbo and Inside I've heard good things about. Mega Man X4 and Mega Man 8 both are like childhood games for me. I've kind of been wanting to revisit them because I think those would be a fun just like one-off stream. Like, ooh, game from my childhood. To the Moon, I know I've definitely gotten requests for that. I hear that's good. Little Nightmares is 5. That's a solid 1 hour, solid 1 streamer. Me-Side I still haven't played. I kind of lost the opportunity to jump on it while it was hot. But that could be a good 1 streamer. Girls Remake is a new victim of localizers taking... Oh, is it? Have people not liked some of the preview stuff? Mega Man games are good one-offs? That's what I was thinking. Most of them are going to be like 4 to 5 hours, I think. Amnesia the Bunker. I heard a lot of good things about that one. 7 hours. That could be a good... 7's probably a little too long for a 1 streamer. It would have to be 2 like 3.5 hour streams, which is fine. Boney Island's good for a one-off. Oh yeah, do I not have that in my list here? I'm pretty sure I have it. I want to say I checked before. I do have it. How long was it? How long to beat? I feel like I looked and it was only like 4 hours. That's even short. That's a 3-hour game. I should add that to my list. Alright, so if it's 3 hours, we'll put it here. 3, I would stream that. Me-Side's really good. I remember you liked it a lot. There's a fan game from Me-Side called Me-Side. Really? I haven't seen anything about that. I did actually see some good Me-Side art at the convention. Good prints and stuff. Unnecessary over-translations. Fans are pretty mad about it. Oh. At least with translations, that's something they could patch later if people really don't like it. But if the translations are like fundamentally changing the characters' personalities or the story or something, then yeah, that's no good. Order 1886, I heard, is like really good graphics and gameplay, but the story's kind of blah. Titanfall 2 I have at 8 hours. Asher, you said it was a little over 6? I guess I should drop that down to like 7. Vanquish is another one I've been meaning to play. Hexcells is good for like chill puzzle stuff. I would do that on Sunday though. Order's very good. Kirby's Epic Yarn. I'm the sole defender of that game. Oh, the Gears of War remake just came out, and I got that. How long is that? Gears of War Reloaded. Gears of War is only like an 8.5 hour game. That's a solid 2 streamer. I did get that. It's crazy having Gears of War like in my possession in a PS5 case. Like It just defies logic growing up during the PlayStation Xbox wars. Story of Gears got me invested. The problem with Gears 2 is like, I'm probably gonna like the first game and I'm gonna want to play through the rest. But I have no way of playing Gears 2, 3, 4, or Judgment. I think the only other one I have a way to play is 5 because it's on PC. Because I don't have an Xbox, so... what else we got here? Gears has a pretty good spooky atmosphere to it, perfect for October. Oh yeah, what's the enemy name in that called? I forget what the... I was gonna say Flood, but that's Halo. Order is pretty good, nothing crazy for the story, but pretty standard, but a fun time. What was that? So that's a good 2-streamer then. The Locusts, right. Uncharted is another one. I've only beaten Uncharted 2. So I was thinking playing through those could be good. 10 hours, that's probably that's a good 2-streamer. Metro 2033, 11 hours? That's probably a 2-streamer. Like 2 5.5 hours. I've heard a lot of good things about the Metro games. So that could definitely be like a Wednesday or a Saturday. They're amazing. There's 3, right? I think they came out with another one for like PSVR or something, but I think the main line is like 3. 2, maybe 3. I guess it would depend again, like, yeah, like how much am I exploring or getting screwed? River City Girls isn't too long, more fun with a friend. I think I had that in here. I didn't realize that it had co-op. Oh yeah, 8 hours. That's about 2. There's 3. Signalis I hear a lot of good things about. I think Cashew streamed that one. Space for the Unbound I've heard a lot of good things about too, and I really want to play it, but I feel like it's probably not a great stream game. The Quarry would be good. I've heard good things about The Quarry. That looks like a solid 2-streamer, but that would be better for October. And I don't really have any free time in October. Unless I did like a bonus. Halloween's on a Friday. If I did like a Halloween stream. 2033, Metro Last Light, and Exodus. Right. Here the Quarry is what broke up Batcat. It's a cursed game. Was that one of the last games that you guys streamed on there? Love Signalis, though, has multiple endings on stream. I got a very dissatisfied... Ooh, the coward ending? That doesn't sound very good. That's slander. That statement's only 64% true. 36% untrue is quite a bit. I would never trust a 36% Numa. Oh, Alan Wake Remastered. So I've been wanting to play through Alan Wake and Alan Wake 2. At 12 hours, that would be 2 6-hour streams, which is kind of long. It's not undoable, because I've definitely done 6 hours. It might be better as 3 4 hours. But that's definitely an option. And Control. Oh, right. I would do Alan Wake and then Control. And then Alan Wake 2. Because I've heard Control gets referenced in 2. Oh, the Spider-Man game too, actually. I still haven't played Spider-Man 2 because I haven't beaten Miles Morales. And, like, that's a pretty good short game. Alright, we're into the solidly 3 stream. Oh, Portal 2. I've had Portal 2 on my list for so long. Oh, I beat Resident Evil 0. I shouldn't have that in here. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. 0's what's next. I'm stupid. Portal 2 is pretty high up there. That's a good 3 streamer. Gravity Rush I really liked when I first played it. So I would like to play the remaster at some point. That's a 3 streamer. Hi-Fi Rush I've heard a lot of good things about. More than reference, it's pretty important to the story and understanding it. I think Nivi actually... I think she just started playing Control this week. She did Alan Wake earlier in the year, and I think Control just started for her. Pyre! Okay, so the Supergiant games. I was meaning at some point to play through all of them. I did Bastion and I did Transistor. Pyre would be next, which looks like a 3 streamer. And then I would get to Hades after that, and I hear Hades is like phenomenal. Fi Rush 9 out of 10. That's high praise. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. So I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game, but I also hear that Rift Apart is really good. That's a solid 3 streamer. I should probably just be putting these in a notepad so I can remember what the higher priority ones are. I might just have to put them up to a poll or something. Put it in like YouTube and Discord and see which of the 1 to 3 stream games people are most interested in. Because there's a lot of good choices. I mean, I can't really go wrong either way. But like, if I'm trying to fit them in, then it's going to be hard to choose. Rayman Origins, I played it a bit when I was younger. It was fun. Corpse Party, that's another one I've been meaning to play for a while. I think the second one comes out next year. Nuki Tashi. Yeah, that's not happening on stream. That's a me in my own time. Professor Layton, 15 hours. That's a 3 streamer. 3 to 4. I mean, I got insanely tilted in the previous Professor Layton, but like, that was a good time. We were all getting tilted together. Communal tilt. Oh, the Tomb Raider like reboot. That's another one that's been really high on my list too. I have the whole trilogy on PS4. 15 hours? So that could either be 3 5 hours or like 4 4 hours. See, that's where you start getting it, pushing it though. Nuki Tashi, you dirty dog. I need to watch the anime too. I've seen some clips. It looks pretty funny. Tomb Raider's dope too. I've heard a lot of good things. Okay, I heard a lot of good things about the first 2. And I heard the third one, what is it, like Shadow of the Tomb Raider? I heard that one was a little bit of a letdown. But I heard the first 2 were really good. You're one to speak, Catboy. Yeah, Catboy. Mr. I play Nekopara on stream. Which also was in my list earlier, actually. Bioshock Infinite. 16 hours. That's a good 4 stream game. 4 hours. See, but I'm looking at 3 to 2 or 2 to 3 stream games. So that might be pushing it. Letdown, I really liked all 3. I think the whole trilogy is fantastic. I can't say. I have no idea. I just remember seeing that the average review score went down a little bit. I don't remember if it was something with the story, like... I wish I remembered the complaint I saw. Something about the story being a little more like mystical or fantastical, like it was less grounded than the other 2 or something. I don't really remember though. Hey, Super Mario 64, that's what Cashew just finished recently. Zero Escape 999, I definitely want to play that. Cuphead would be too long, lots of tilt. Yeah. It says 16 hours to beat, but that doesn't factor in me getting tilted and having to replay things over and over again. Dishonored. Oh yeah, now we're in firmly 4 stream games. Okay. So let's go back to the top. So if I were to split out the games that seemed best suited, I a new tab. All right, so I would say the best choices we had here. If I split it up by stream, so for one stream games, I could probably just make another tab actually. Okay. So if we start looking at, I want to just like condense it into the better choices. So Pony Island, Firewatch, Grease, Inside, or not Inside, Limbo, Mega Man, To the Moon, Little Nightmares, Me-Side, Titanfall. Alright, I would say those are the best options for one streamers. That's PC, 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 PC. Titanfall is on PS4. So these are all like one streamers. All right, then if we look at the two streamers, we had probably Amnesia the Bunker, Gears of War Reloaded, The Order, Return of the Obra Dinn. I've heard a lot of good things about. The Lamb's a good chill game. Takes a minute to technically beat it, no rush to do it. Didn't you play that too, Cashew, actually? I have heard a lot of good things about Cult of the Lamb. I believe I have it on PC. Uncharted, Metro, Signalis, Space for the Unbound, Ori, Alan Wake. Alright, let's say those would be the two streamers, most likely. Alan Wake's pushing it. That's probably more like a free. So let's say this would be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Probably 2. Space for the Unbound. Alan Wake's probably like a free. 2 to 3. Depends how long I go. Actually, there's like DLC episodes and stuff, isn't there? Like expansion stuff, so probably 3. Space for the Unbound. 2 to 3. I'll call it 3 to be safe. Cult of the Lamb has a lot of updates. We'll never see again on that. Oh yeah, they've kept adding a bunch of new stuff, right? Call of Cthulhu, really liked it. I think it was like a 7 or 8 hour stream. Do I have that one? Steam library. What do you see? I do have Call of Cthulhu on Steam. Seven to 8 is a long stream though. That's an investment right there. Let's check out the solid 3 stream ones. So let's say Gravity Rush, Portal, Ratchet and Clank. Resident Evil 0, I would say, is pushing it. I'd probably prefer to give myself 4 just to be safe for that. I guess Half-Life is kind of a classic, so maybe that. But I don't really have a way to play Alex, so I wouldn't even be able to get to Hi-Fi Rush, Pyre, Ratchet and Clank. Tomb Raider. Yeah, like BioShock Infinite at 16 is kind of pushing it. I was going until like 2 a.m. or something and was gassed and chat was begging me to make poor decisions to prolong my suffering. Oh, what? Like if you fail certain things, then you have to replay the sections or something? I do want to play Infinite, but I feel like 16 hours is pushing it for 3. I mean, that is 3 5-hour streams, but like... Unfortunately, I also got spoiled about the end of BioShock Infinite, which I think probably takes away from it a bit. Alright, let's say these ones for now. So we'll say these are all solid 3 streamers. I gotta fix. So I think I have Uncharted on PS4. The Order is on PS4. Gears of War is on PS5. Alan Wake I have on PS5. Gravity Rush is PS4. Ratchet & Clank's PS4. Ratchet & Clank PS5. PS4. What'd you get spoiled on, if you don't mind saying? To keep it ambiguous for people who haven't played, I believe it had to do with the main character's backstory. Like the main guy that you play as, and how it relates to the overall story and other characters. I don't know if I can, like, it's really hard to be vague without saying exactly what it is. The thing. Yeah, I think like the big thing. Big thing relating to something that happens like in the last hour of the game or something. All I know about Infinite is it's credited for breakthroughs in 3D adult animations. You know, I would believe it. I mean, if you told me Overwatch was, I would 100% believe that. It was probably that Infinite started it, and then Overwatch is where it really blew up. Hopefully it's only one. Yeah, the only thing that I can think of that I know is that thing at the end. But, like, the 15 hours before that, I don't know. In Infinite and Overwatch? A lot of big things that happen, so if it's only the one aspect, it's still worth it. Oh, I think it's definitely still worth it. There just won't be, like, a genuine surprise reaction from me or anything, because I already know about a certain twist or something. Alright. I would say these ones that I have on screen right now are probably the best options. So we have, like, I'm just gonna cut out all these. They're not distracting. This list I have here. What do you guys think? I could pick at most one of these. I could pick at most 2 of these. It could be like 2 of these and then 1 of these. It could be 3 of these and 1 of these. It could be 1 of these and 2 of these. Fell asleep, but I'm glad I woke up in time for the spreadsheet. Hell yeah. Spreadsheet hours. These are all games I definitely want to play, and they've been on my list for a while. Coney Island and Metro would be my 2 votes. Okay, okay. Get a 3-hour and a 3 stream and a 1 stream there. New 3D animators posting their wholesome work online have many comments waiting for the artist to come to the not safe for work dark side. There's a guy on TikTok like that, yeah. People were joking about, because people were comparing him to like Derpixon, which, you know, Derpixon, if you know, you know. And they were like, people were commenting like, come to the dark side with Derpixon, and others were like, no, you have to defeat the evil. Okay, I mean, let them animate what they want, but... Hi-Fi Rush, Signalis, and Me-Side? Okay, okay. 5 totally different votes. I feel like the Quarry is one of those games people always want to watch and be looking for. Yeah. It seems like that's a popular one to stream. I would definitely prefer streaming it in October if I could. Just because I feel like that's a perfect game for Spooky Month. Granted, I am going to be playing Silent Hill F for basically all of October anyway. So I kind of have the Spooky Month thing covered. It's probably something people would want to watch anyway. Which one do you want to play the most? That's tough. I mean, all of them are stuff I want to play. If I had to pick the ones that I would be most personally interested in, I'd probably say like Gears of War. Probably like Gears of War, Metro, Tomb Raider. Alright, if I had to pick a top 5 that I'm most interested in, I would say Titanfall, Gears of War, Metro, Tomb Raider, and... probably Portal 2. But I would be happy to play any of these. They're all, like, higher priority ones for me. We had a Hi-Fi Rush, we had a Signalis, we had a Quarry, we had a Me-Side. We had a Pony Island, we had a Metro. We had another Metro. It'd probably be easier if this was sorted alphabetically, huh? Unfortunately, I picked 2 3s and 2 2s, which is... you know, I can only at max pick one of the 3s and then a 2, or a 2 2s and a 1, or... Do I have Metro on PlayStation? I always prefer playing it on PlayStation if I can. I know I for sure have it on PC. I might have it digitally on PlayStation. There's a rumor that you helped Cashew with Google Maps. I'm an Apple Maps guy. Which I know a lot of people say is like blasphemy, but I don't know, I like it. I've never really had issues with it. So I figured out how to mod Mustache, and it wasn't that bad, but having a lot of fun with that, but I know you don't want to add more to the list. Stream got claimed like 50 times. I mean, I'm not monetized for ads and stuff anyway right now, so... it's just like a byproduct of rhythm games. They're gonna get claimed. I think pretty much every time I stream DJ Max, it gets claimed. Mustache gets claimed. See, Mustache, like, that's one of those things where, like, my open Sundays, I think it's good for that. Like, I could totally have that as one of my flex games or something. I got some thinking to do. Maybe I'll put up an actual poll and let people vote on it, in addition to what was being said today. You guys know me, I get choice paralysis like a motherfucker. I'd also like to play more Nintendo stuff at some point too. Like more Marios, more Kirby's. Zelda too, like that's another one. It's too long right now, but like I want to play I want to try Ocarina of Time. I honestly don't know if I'll like it. I can't commit 100% that I would finish it, but Ocarina of Time has been in my backlog for a long time. I mean, okay, so that's just based on me saying, one, I played Wind Waker as a kid and I loved it. I didn't finish it, but I loved what I played. And then I played a little bit of Twilight Princess, also as a kid. Didn't get as far. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And then I played some of Breath of the Wild as like when I was like 20, and I didn't really like it. So I don't know. Considering I really liked Wind Waker, I didn't like Breath of the Wild. Like, how would I feel about Ocarina? I don't know. I used to be called the Twilight Princess in college. That would be a great nickname. When does the new Metroid Prime come out? I don't think it has a release date. I think they said this year. I would assume like September or something. SNES and N64 libraries, a goldmine on the Switch. True, I haven't really looked into that. You have a Switch 2? I do have a Switch 2. I still haven't played my Switch 2. It's been out for 3 months and I still haven't played it, which is kind of sad. What do I have on that? I have Mario Kart. I have the new Rune Factory, which I've been wanting to try. I have I actually got the Switch 2 version of Breath of the Wild because I figured I might give it another shot. And I have the new Kirby game that came out. I haven't checked the old stuff though. Love Zelda, but I didn't really like Breath of the Wild either. Okay. Super Mario 64, 1,000 Year Door, Super Paper Mario. Is Super Paper Mario the one that's on the Wii? I played that as a kid. I didn't finish it, but I remember liking it a lot. Same thing with 1,000 Year Door. Stream the entire Metroid Prime series when it comes out. I think that would be cool. I would have to see. Because I played Metroid Dread, and I didn't really like it. I think Metroidvanias just aren't really my thing. So I'm not sure. I don't know if it being first person and a shooter would make it better or more tolerable for me, or if that would not really change anything because the core Metroidvania experience is still there. Like, I don't know. Like, I know Hollow Knight right now is all everybody's talking about. Everybody loves Hollow Knight. Silksong's out. People are stoked. People have asked me to play it, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I've ever really fully enjoyed a Metroidvania game. And not only is Hollow Knight a Metroidvania, but it's like Dark Souls difficulty Metroidvania. So you're combining my general not like of Metroidvania with my disdain for Souls games. Like, that sounds like a nightmare to me. I don't doubt that it's a phenomenal game for people who like it, but like, for my personal tastes, that sounds like a recipe for disaster. It was on the Wii. Okay. I did play some of that one then. Didn't Silksong get review bombed or something? OpenCritic has really good reviews. I thought I looked at Steam and I saw it had like mostly negative or something. No, it's very positive. It must have been an edited image. This is why you can't trust anything you see online, folks. Very positive reviews. That's more like what I would have expected. You just reminded me I've had Dread in my box waiting to be streamed for a year. I mean, I hear the game is phenomenal. From what I played of it, it's like if you like Metroidvanias, which I know you do, it's probably going to be really good for you. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call stream there. I'm going to go have some dinner. But this was definitely helpful. I'm glad I got through my whole presentation. Hopefully you guys liked seeing pictures of the convention and the concerts and all the merch and stuff I got. Thanks for hanging out on my return stream. Like I said, hopefully getting back into my 3 to 4 streams a week. routine. Ideally 4. I know between June and September, I was pretty between moving and then my 2-week vacation. It was like a lot of like influx. But now that I'm back home and I don't have any trips planned, I'd like to think I can do a solid 4 streams a week. But we'll see. This was also helpful for trying to plan my schedule a bit and figure out what you guys might be more interested in. So I'm probably a good chance I'll post a poll either tonight or tomorrow, and I'll let it run for a couple days, and maybe that will decide what I start on Wednesday. Whoa! So many lies on the internet. Did I ever tell you how I made the Statue of Liberty? No, but I believe you, because I know you never lie, at least. Glad to have you back. Thanks for stream. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think anyone is streaming right now, so I'm probably just going to call it without rating. But, yeah. If you're rolling for Saiyan Sky and Uma in about 33 minutes, best of luck to all of you. I know I will be doing some as well. Not on stream, just in my own time. But, good luck if you're rolling. If you're not rolling, I hope, well, regardless of if you're rolling or not, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And hopefully I catch you on some streams in the coming week. Yay! Until then, have a great weekend. Have a great night. Bye-bye.